If you're constantly battling low energy, cravings, weight control, watching your health slip away, listen up. There's a simple daily protocol they don't want you to know about that's helping people ditch their meds and reclaim their health. Up to 88% of Americans potentially suffer from some degree of insulin resistance. The Feel Great protocol is a simple two-step daily system designed to help your body work with you, not against you. Step 1. Unimate, a powerful yerba mate extract clinically shown to boost mood, increase mental clarity, and support fat burning. Step 2. A patented fiber matrix called Balance. Taken before meals, it helps regulate blood sugar, curb cravings, and support healthy insulin response. That's it. No crazy diets, no meds, just science-backed support your body actually understands. Feel Great is perfect for you if you have low energy, weight control, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor sleep, diabetes, snacking, sugar cravings, gut health, systemic inflammation. This isn't a trend, it's a transformation. Start today to reclaim your health with the Feel Great protocol.
All about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I had to take a minute to run for mayor. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. In West Los Angeles, Palisades, my backyard is where I spent most of my days. Feeding hummingbirds, relaxing all cool, avoiding all the bums outside of the school. When a couple politicians, the world to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got at one little fire, my mom got scared and said, "You're moving in with Harvey Levin in Bel Air." I pulled out from my lot about 7 or 8 and I yelled to the rubble, "Yo ho, smell you later." I moved to my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air.
Well, how is it going out there, my fellow world patriots? It is indeed Sunday, May 24th, 2026, and we bring to you the Matrix Spaceshot show. I don't know, the Matrix X Spaceshot X Matrix, I don't know. It's the Sunday show, but what's going on, Mr. Matrix? How you going there, brother? That video, by the way, just so you know, was from like the 18th, and I never got to play it on any show, and I'm like, it was so funny that I felt like it needed to get done because, you know, he's getting pretty clever, and he's getting a lot of eyes on him as well over there, Mr. Spencer Pratt. And I can't believe he's still married to that girl, because I thought they used to have, like, major clashes, but maybe that was the reality TV show part of it. Who knows? But what's going on this fine Sunday, brother?
Yeah, the video is awesome. Yeah, great day so far. But Spencer, I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about the dude, never heard of him until all this stuff popped up. But I'll say this, I love it. He feels like almost like a Trump part two, you know, one of those situations where you go into being in Hollywood and something happens to you and you come back out and do this kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. I truly love it.
Yeah, it's super good. and let me see. So that's Heidi Montag. Let's see. I wonder if I could pull up anything because Reality Days, because it was so long ago. Like this is back when you're talking about. Yeah, you're super young, right?
Yeah. What show was he in, by the way? Anyway, like I truly don't know anything about the guy. Like I don't.
Was it the
I don't
OC?
watch TV.
Was it the OC?
I know the name of the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
Somebody said The Hill. The Hill, says Jamie K. Blair.
Was it The Hill? I mean, yeah, they would know better than me. I never really watched the show. Let me see. I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it may be Sin. Maybe the OC, but let me see. But they're probably correct.
Yeah, it's The Hills. Everybody's saying The Hills.
The Hills,
correct.
Huh? All right, so let's see. Spencer and Heidi Hills. So that's obviously Beverly Hills. Oh, dude, and here's a little funny thing too. I don't know if you noticed this, but I thought this was wild. Let me get to this in 1 second. All right, so this is them. I guess it was 2000. They met at a nightclub in 2006. But then they did have that show, The Hills, and everyone was loving it. It was love at first sight for reality. I pretty much told everybody I was going to marry him, that I loved him. Everybody thought I was crazy. So I just remember, I never watched the show, but I always remember, I thought they had big fights back in the day. I thought they had split up, but again, I didn't cover it close enough to bother to care.
I like his necklace though. All those
charms,
different
the crystals, right?
Crystals, yeah, interesting. Makes me like him even more.
Is that gold right there? Like gold?
It looks, yeah. So you got, I don't know the names of different ones, but he's got 3 different kinds of crystals on his neck, though. That's amazing.
He's balling there. And so what was I just going to bring up too? Because one thing led me to the next, and I was just thinking about something else as well. Oh, okay. You ready? This is crazy. Speaking of former TV shows, and we're just going to let the chat populate. We're going to say hello to you guys in a second, so come on in, say hello, where you guys are, what you're drinking this morning, anything along those lines. Give us something to comment back to you. What you're smoking on. Give us something to comment back on. Are you drinking coffee this morning? Are you drinking uba mate? Because I'll tell you, if you're drinking that, you certainly ain't going to need any coffee, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Tastes better too.
Yeah, for me, it's like a better Crystal Light. So do you ever remember seeing this show? I'm gonna pop this one up. And apparently there's like a bunch of let's see, what's the best way I can pull this one up? I guess this would be the way. You ever see this show? I think it was like Lifetime or something. Excuse me, these freaking Pepes are getting into my throat. I got these little pollen things all of a sudden make me go ack, and then I'm good for a minute. But so this show, you ever see the show Shahs of Sunset? It was on Lifetime, one of these other shows, but it was about this family from like the Middle East that's living in Beverly Hills. They're super rich, and it's called the Shahs of Sunset. You know, like the Shahs in the Middle Eastern Shahs or whatever. You know where their family's from? Just by coinky dink.
I'm gonna guess Iran.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, freaking ding. And,
wow.
And so, right, you got all these women and guys. This dude's obviously very gay, which is, whatever. But I don't care, you know what I mean? But I don't think their family back home would approve too much. And then the big fake boobs here, and this one is like a disaster. She's like a nightmare. Oh, dude, and I don't care if I get a copyright strike. This is just shows you how like different different backgrounds. And then we'll say some hellos to the chat. So she went on this TV show where they did a dating thing, and this girl is such a psycho. She's such a psycho. She actually looks like the girl David from NCIS. You ever see that show?
I don't watch TV. I truly don't.
Yeah, she looks like
I have no idea.
He looks like Agent, let me see, NCIS Agent David. Here we go. Ready? Let's see. I may be wrong. I'm a little off. Not that far off, but you look a little bit like this woman, I thought. Agent Ziva David. But anyway, she's a complete horror show. And ready, this is a short, and they did a dating, and I don't know if I saw this in the last couple of weeks, and I was just like, oh my cringe. So she hasn't dated in 7 years, apparently. Listen to this.
She hasn't dated in 7 years. That's crazy.
You want to talk about personality of a freaking houseplant?
Reza and I are going to be watching on the monitor to see how she does.
All right, the clock is starting. Get in there.
Is this Gigi?
Yes.
Hi, nice to meet you. Name's Christian.
Nice to meet you, Christian.
Pleasure. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Stunning.
You look warm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She already criticized him. Write that down.
What does Gigi stand for?
My name. Yeah.
What's your
Very
name?
cool.
Oh my God.
Anyway, where'd you grow up?
Grew up in LA, born and raised.
Very cool.
So he's sitting with his legs open, so that shows he's open to receive her.
Yeah.
Okay. Now she just crossed her hands, so she's crossed the.
So she reminds me so much of the woman in that TV show because she's like Agent David here is a cold Mossad agent, right? And this girl dating was very much like that. So I just thought it was funny. But the whole thing is they're all Iranian, dude. The whole family.
Wow.
And just imagine if they brought that stuff home to their home country, you know, acting the way that they did, like so grandiose with everything. And oh, by the way, you can see their faces. Oh my God, look at her neck. I can see her neck skin, dude. Oh no.
Yeah. I was just going to say, she's not wearing her burqa.
Hey, Habib, did you see? I think I just saw some ankle. Did you see the ankle on that one? Did you ever see the Key and Peele where they're talking about the girls walking by in the burqas? Oh, God, it's so... Maybe we'll get a copyright strike on that one for later on. But let's say hello to some folks. Yeah, it's funny. But, you know, we have some good news, I think, that was posted out at like 3 a.m. But then again, we have the people on the other side who are just not believing that any of this stuff is going on. They're saying, no, it's bullshit. No, bullshit. So we'll get to that in a minute. But I did want to say hello to some folks. So I'm going all the way back on my chat where I show on this side anyways, YouTube and Rumble. So I get Chris Schaus is saying hello to Kegel, Patriot Chick, Miss Q, obviously Kegel there, Pure Blood 7. I'm not going to add the 4-digit numbers on YouTube. I think that's something they make you guys do. Robert Potter, Miss Q, Glow America, Reconciled Man, Bear Brained Adventure, Mr. AFX, Glow America, Luigi 777, Wheezy Girl, Mr. AFX, TJ 714, Dutch Crumbler. What's a crumbler? Crumbler.
A Dutch rumbler? Or is that a Dutch crumbler?
Oh, wait, it's a Dutch Rumbler. It's a Dutch Rumbler. Thanks. All right, now
I'm used to him.
Kathy Ash, UK Patriot 55, Team Munt, Kathy Ash, I just said that, JDP, I like that, New K's 2021 Bears. I'll let some more populate there if you want to say hello to any of the folks on your side. I'll let some more. Therese 67, Susie Q, if I didn't say that one already.
Yeah, what's up, Miss Page? Should I say Ms. Impatient? Ms. Page, what's going on? M Penny 55, Mr. AFX, what's up? Was it Chicken Charge? What's up, John Osborne? Cheshire Tree of Insight, welcome in. That's a fun name. What's up, Jackie One? Picasiac, NC Cheney. Let's see. Squawhawk. I got some new names up in here. I'm used to reading fast. Shore Patriot 2020. Pete Damsky's also in the house. What's up, Vanessa Brooks? Eyes up 5. Pete Damsky, I just said that. Tony Baloney, Jamie K. Blair, Vanessa Brooks, Pulpris the Third, Cyrus the Great 87. Welcome in. What's up? Let's see. Tony Baloney's in the house. Welcome in. Good to see you out there. What's up, Belmar 18, Fat Turtle 5. Doc Tooth, One Sarah Lee, welcome in. Everybody's popping in now. John Henry Bonzo, only one. Sockeyed Sam, welcome in and good to see you out there. Women for God, Frog Dog 13, Lynn Janka, Tree Tree. I thought I said Tree 77. Welcome in. Barb Naylor, Sheila STI, B4U2C, Jeep Dad, Cattails, what's up? See you in Arizona. Eric 17, Pilled by the Rabbit, Wakeville, Filter Dog 1, see you in Arizona. I said that 3 times, actually. Extra Alien in the house. What's up, Poon Slayer? Yes, Poon Slayer, what a name out there. Extra Alien, Nancy Salty Beaver, John and OKC, hallowed be thy name. Welcome in. And I'm sorry if I'm skipping everybody. I'm trying to fly through this. What is up, Casey Snowman 485? M. Roos in the house. Classical Chick, welcome in and good to see you out there. Steve B in the house. What's up, Carol Chick? We'll get to the thank yous later as well. What's up, Deleted? Jedi Patriots in the house. Welcome in, brother. Good to see you out there. And boom, we're most basically through my list. What's up, Wood Dog? All right. And welcome in, everybody. Make sure you guys smack that red pill, smack that thumbs up, or whatever the like button is over on that YouTube side. So share us on out. You guys have been killing it with us, getting on the leaderboard, and let's just keep on doing it. Get that algorithm working for us, everybody. And by the way, hop on both sides as well. Make sure you're hitting on both Rumble channels, both Pilled channels, and I'll hop over to the YouTube channel myself.
Cross-pollination, guys. That would be good. And this is funny, dude. So, you know what? I'm going to show a little bit of comedy first. It's Sunday. We got Memorial Day coming up. We're going to get to the mask, and I'm sure Matrix has some comments on what let me see. GRT Embrace asked, which we'll get to. What do you guys think about Fox News and the mask? Oh, you mean the guy with the hole in his neck or the tracheotomy that was live on television? We'll probably get to that.
It's nothing new. That's I mean, you guys hear me say it's nothing new. They've done it before. It's just people just now caught it this time is all.
Nothing new under the sun. But dude, you know, and again, we will cover it and show it in a little bit. But like, do you think at this point they're getting so blatant that they're like, guys, they're not catching on yet. Like, we need to like, you know, ramp it up to like 14. You know, we put it on 10 or 11, and they're just not seeing it yet.
Yes, and you're 100% right, because a couple of years ago, at the end of July, all I can say is the comms and all kinds of different things pointed in a certain direction we were going, and I made a statement that I think from that point moving forward, the things we see are going to get crazier, dumber, and easier to point out to people. And since that point, it's actually gone to it's gotten so wild now to where there's too many moments during the week during Fox News where I literally say, I don't have to say anything. They just gave it to us. Like, they're literally putting things in our faces. They're handing out how to do a decode on Fox News, legitimately. They're awesome. Telling you to use their title screen using timestamps. It's pretty wild what they do. So it's gotten to a point now to where I can literally hand people a decode and be like, there you go. You're a newbie. There's one for you right in your face. Like, it's gotten to that point. So yes, they're getting crazier, stupid, to where anybody can see it, and that mask thing is a big part of it.
Pardon me.
And it's not a mask.
Okay.
You know, you're good. It's not a mask though either. It's masking from AI/CGI. It wasn't a guy in a mask. That was just like the Joe Biden thing where you saw the bottom of the CGI ending. So you saw the end of the CGI, and then you saw the real person that was there's neck underneath is what you're really saying. It's not a person with a mask on. It's a computer mask, because it's like AI or CGI. That's what we're seeing.
Well, and the idea that he was gonna. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna get right back onto it. I just want to show you guys this one because I thought it was so funny. This is 2 minutes, but I'm gonna play maybe like, I don't know, 35, 40 seconds of it. This is just funny to me. You know, this is my stupid humor. Unmute tab. Here we go.
Wow. Right? Blip. Shablimps. You know, I caught a little glimpse of her foot nut. You saw ankle bone? Yeah. Got some ankle cleavage, you dirty devil, huh?
Yeah,
You saw it?
I saw it, buddy. I saw
There it is. All right. Good. There it is. I love it. Dude, did you see the bridge on that nose? I mean, if it is any indication... Holy garbanzo beans. There is a bridge I'd like to cross.
I just thought it was funny, dude. They're critiquing women that are walking by with burqas. Did you see the bridge on that nose?
What did you say? The ankle balls?
I saw some ankle nut. I saw some ankle nut on that last one. Ah, yes. I saw some ankle nut. Yes.
Oh man, that was great.
So sticking on to the mask situation. So I put some stuff aside last night. Was posting it out at like 3 a.m. Again, overtired, you get so tired that you're like zinging along, like literally zzz, you're buzzing. That's what I was feeling like the other day. All right, so where's this one here? What am I going for? I am going for, all right, the mask. Here we go. You're gonna laugh your ass off at this one. All right, here we go. MJ Truth. I found this at 2-3 in the morning, right? So this is the video everybody's talking about.
Objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative.
You ever notice too? It almost looks like it's his lips moving. Like when his lips up here move, it's almost like that's moving a little bit.
Yeah. And what's funny is I'm watching. That's exactly what I was looking at too. So what you're getting here is it looks like the way they're doing it. It makes it look like the lighting is coming from above. So his chin is what's giving that shadow down there, which is actually what's messing things up. Because if you look at the shadow below the line, it's got that hard line, you know, but above it, that same shadow is not giving the same effect directly above that line. That's where I come into play and say this is 100%. This face is CGI/AI, and there's a real person sitting there. Or maybe not. I don't know. That's where the two pieces come together, though, is that black line right there. And if you, like I said, that shadow above that line is not the same movement, not the same anything as the one below. So what we're seeing is just a CGI face plastered over whoever's sitting there. That's my opinion on it. But it's just like Joe Biden's, just like the Joe Biden one, where there was a person sitting there and they put Joe Biden's face on him. That's all they did.
Yeah, and what's super weird to me is he does it a couple times, like in the next. I'm going to pause it like right here.
Regime.
Well, he does it a few times in the next couple seconds where he actually opens his mouth wide or somewhat wide. And when he does, this thing opens up somewhat wide. So I'll mute this and he's going to do it probably twice in the next 5 seconds. Right there. Right there.
Yeah, but that makes sense because when he opens his mouth, there's the lighting from above. So every time his jaw moves down, you'll see the shadow move down. So if his mouth opens, that's going to open. So that's exactly what I'm watching when you're doing this. So what?
Okay. Well. So what he's saying now is Grant Stitchfield posted this out, or excuse me, MJ Truth posted this out. But Grant Stitchfield said, "Hey guys, don't worry. The Admiral's going to come on live TV, and he's going to come on live TV at 7 p.m. and show that it's not a mask." Then Grant Stitchfield says it's not a mask. Admiral Vice Howard says he will prove it to me live on America's Voice 7 p.m. Well, so adding to the conspiracy, the Admiral canceled. No, he is one of the most highly decorated Navy SEALs in American history. I have no reason to doubt him, and he told me that, quote, video makes absolutely no sense. We will try to get him on next Tuesday. So maybe in a couple days from now he'll be on live TV, but it's possible he could do that, right? Because he could be the actual person there, and then you wouldn't see anything on his neck.
Exactly. That's kind of the whole. I think that's what people are missing. It doesn't matter if you say, "Oh, well, now come onto our show. Let's put the real you on." Like that. Duh. Then yeah, that's not going to prove anything. I want somebody to prove to me that was you actually talking to us. That's more like it. Because if I'm a real person, right, and somebody uses a CGI of me and says, "Oh, that was fake," I can say all I want. No, it wasn't fake. I'll come on and prove it to you wasn't fake. Yeah, because I can literally go on to the show and prove that. What would help is if the guy wasn't alive and he really couldn't come on and prove himself. Like that'd be the one way to help prove it, because we can't prove it now that it's over. Because if the guy's actually alive, he can go up and walk on anybody's show and say, "Yep, here I am. That was me." But anybody can do that.
True, and apparently he went on Fox. And there was another video of, oh, look, that thing's not there anymore.
Yep.
And again, doesn't mean, where I don't know where it was here. Maybe go back or whatever. But it doesn't mean that just because what we saw there with this big gaping thing on his neck, like everybody I think assumes, like, all right, if we're saying the dude's wearing a mask, then he's dead and replaced. They could have just not had him ready to make a video that day or something, or they wanted to have him get out to get something out there, whatever it may have been ASAP, you know?
Or, well, there's one other option I'm thinking. Because it's Fox News, and I personally cover Fox News. I know how deep they go. They bring people on with certain names and certain views at certain times just for us. So with this has to be a comm. It has to be something that had to get people's attention. It was hey, look here. And it was for probably more than normies, not for us. That's kind of what I'm thinking. One of those things where normal people have to see it. Normal people have to start talking about it and start asking questions. That's what I think it's more pointing at, because it's way too obvious. Way too obvious. And Fox News, they've been making it more obvious. I already said that. They started doing that a little while back. 3 years ago, I started covering them. And about 2 years ago, they officially started getting crazier and crazier. Every day, every week, it got wild. More and more wild. Now here we are. We have a dude that easily everybody out there is going, what the hell is that?
Right. It was quite the discussion, and has been quite the discussion for the last few days over there. So they are certainly doing something. I hadn't had a chance to watch this yet. They had posted out another video. It's 3 minutes, so let's take a look. I'm gonna play a little bit of this. I don't know what it's up to, but I know Entheos always does great stuff. And again, dude, I've just seen over the course of the last few years things that they post, and then they come back around and they verify their drops way ahead of time. And they said something the other day that I couldn't quite grasp exactly, but he said something along the lines of the days of 2 noons. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
2 noons.
Yeah, the day of 2 noons. And he basically said that it came true, essentially. Let's see. This is 12 hours ago. They're posting out. I'm going to see if I can find this one. World War III, exactly. Trump Truth World War III, exactly 77 years, 7 months, and 7 days from the end of World War II. 7777.
Whoa.
I love this stuff. Yeah, so this is like, a lot of people will run with certain things that they post here or whatever. But yeah, 28,343 days, September 2nd, 1945 to April 9th of 2023. We're going back on older stuff here, but definitely, I was trying to look to see, because they're reposting things, and yeah, we get to talk a little bit about Tulsi in a little bit as well. Man of choice words. So I cannot stress enough that I look at them almost like they're like a branch off of the team. Like, there's so many things that they've nailed, and when you look at their post, they call Elon Musk Oak Tree. So. Yep. Just keep that in mind. And let me see. Let's play a second of this, because it says there's no other way but freedom. Do I have sound on here? Just one more. 17. Yeah, 17. And I'm gonna sing this one, so I don't have to cut too much out of the YouTube presentation later on. So I'm gonna mute this, and I'll sing it. And I know, it's like a songbird, so I might get a copyright strike anyways. It's a bittersweet symphony, yeah. That's what's being playing right here by Dan Scavino with the bomber coming through. So, dude, how badass is that? Do you see that? Let me see.
Yeah. I think that flips around. Yep. Yeah. While it's flying, it can do that too.
1066 on that one. I don't know
if you got 1066. I was just pulling it up.
Never know.
Already on. Connection made, RCN, we have grounds reverting. Thank you, April 7, 2018. Oh, the timestamp's 3:17, though. It's a 17-second video.
Ooh. And this is 9/12 posting. So we got Entheos posting out that. We got Dan posting. I think he did the None Shall Sleep within the last week as well. And then Bittersweet Symphony here. And then about, 3 in the morning, I end up seeing this. Where is it? Who's this? Oh, this is 2020. What the hell? Hold on. That's weird. Oh, okay. I'm searching for something. My Discord just started looking at something from like 4 years ago. I'm like, why is it doing that? Oh, it's because I was searching for something earlier. Okay, Mike. But here we go. What year are we in here? Jump to current. There we go. Jeez, it wouldn't let me go through to there. Okay, so this was, I don't know what time this posting came out, but 9/12 last evening. Iran agreed to give up enriched uranium in proposed deal announced by President Trump, New York Times reports. Okay, so take that with a grain of salt for a second. And then we got Brian Cates here is reposting what I just read you and says the people who gave, quote, Iran that uranium just shit themselves. This is the thing, the one thing they've been so hell-bent on preventing. And now Trump is going to get that uranium and test it and prove where it came from. Aha. He says, I played this video before every live broadcast of my show, Dangerous with Coffee, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Take a wild guess why I've been doing that. Why has President Donald Trump consistently and insistently been playing the song Nessun Dorma at the ending of the film? The ending of the film, Sum of All Fears, at many of his events over the past 7 years. What is the plot of the film, Sum of All Fears? What role does uranium play in the plot of the film, Sum of All Fears? These are all very good questions. Seek the answers. Right, dude? So I love this. I like reading through posts, and then I love, listening, seeing some people that add things on there. What's the plot of the Sum of All Fears? CIA analyst Jack Ryan must stop the plans of a neo-Nazi faction that threatens to incite catastrophic conflict between the United States and Russia by detonating a nuclear weapon at a football game in Baltimore, Maryland. And, dude, with that in mind, right, we know the Sum of All Fears and Jack Ryan, and thankfully I have it up right here. Still, I'm going to go to Entheos' videos. Let's see, popular. Oh, look at, what are they called, Steve Pachenik here? Oh, the real-life Jack Ryan and White Hats stop the deep state from overthrowing, I'm not going to play the thing right now, from overthrowing America. Now, remember, dude, this post is 9 years old. And in this video, Steve Pachenik, Dr. Steve Pachenik, who, by the way, had been on Alex Jones telling him what a fool he is because he doesn't understand what's going on and this, that, and the other. And Alex Jones was kind of like, poo-pooing him like, oh, okay, Doc, you know what's going on, or I don't. But yeah, he did. So this was January 17th of 2017. He posted this video, which I played numerous times over the last many years, where Steve Pachenik comes in and says, "Oh, we had a coup. The Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, basically tried to perform a coup against President Trump, and it was an online coup, and we did a counter-coup, and we did an online counter-coup, and it's the first time in the history of the world that there was a online coup and counter-coup that happened."
Not only that, look at the date. January, that's 3 days before Trump took office. It's the 17th, 117, and the 7th. Dude, come on.
Telling you, dude. White hats are in control. And was POTUS asked to run for president, given assurances? ... Okay,
you just blew my mind. I know about this. I didn't realize it was 3 days before Trump went into office when it was posted. If I'd have known, oh man.
Isn't that crazy? And so if you know if this one has it, show transcript. So yeah, he says November 1st, 2016, I think he said, Bill and Hillary Clinton and their entourage of assistants effected a civilian coup in contrast to the usual concept of a coup where the military is involved and takes over the White House and communication centers, very much like the scenarios you see in a movie. This coup was done silently and very effectively through two methods, corruption and co-optation. The Clintons have been involved in co-opting our White House, our judiciary, our CIA, our FBI, our Attorney General, and our Director of the FBI, James Comey, for some time now. What they've done is to make sure that they were part and parcel of a group of people who were interrelated through political cronyism. However, in order to stop this coup, we in the intelligence community and others involved have informally gotten together with their permission. I am beginning to announce that we've initiated a counter-coup through Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. What has happened in effect when Comey had to open up the case of Hillary Clinton and discuss the emails that were involved in the Weiner case? It was not the case itself that was important as the fact that this was the entree for many of us in the counter-coup to say that to the administration, we have your number. Not only do we have your number, we're going to stop you from making Hillary the president of the United States. And at the same time, we will convict and indict the president of the United States, Loretta Lynch, and many others who were involved in the cover-up of the massive corruption that occurred under the Clinton Foundation. Now, in both cases, their coup was silent and our counter-coup was silent, and it was all transgressed or occurred on the internet. And this is probably the first time in history of the world that, like I said earlier, he says, I'm just a small part of something far bigger. That myself, it was the brave men and women who were in the FBI, the CIA, the Director of Intelligence, the military, intelligence, and men and women in 15 other intelligence organizations who were sick and tired of seeing this corruption in the White House, in the Justice Department, and in the intelligence system. And we have decided that there was something we had to do in order to save the Republic. So we initiated a coup through Julian Assange, who's been very brave and really quite formidable in his ability to come forth and provide all the necessary emails that we gave him in order to undermine Hillary and Bill Clinton. Again, America, we're going through a major transition and, quite frankly, a second American revolution. We do not have guns. We do not have weapons. We do not intend to kill anyone. We do not intend to harm anyone, but we, the American public, and those of us who serve as veterans and in the intelligence service like myself will stop the Clintons from assuming power that they don't deserve. At the same time, we'll make certain that Obama leaves without any trail of a pardon or any other act of treason. In fact, we want a peaceful transition in this great republic. I bring you this news, and I want you to understand what's happening in a moment of history occurring right now in front of us. So, dude, he says it's occurring right now in front of us. We established a counter-coup, but again, to your point, this was January 17th of 2017. So is it already done? Are we just watching the layout of it, the scraps, like, you know, the exposure of it that we get to show everybody out there? Like, I don't know. But this right here is a very good indicator of the point that who asked POTUS to run? Right? We have many people that were good people in the FBI, CIA, Director of National Intelligence that were sick of what they saw from the White House. So good people from within saw and did not like what they saw and said, you know what, we're taking these people out. And I believe that's what we're watching right now, Matrix. Or the result of that.
Yeah, I think what that just kind of did was it more or less just solidified what I've already been thinking, which is we're watching a movie. So we're in full control. We have everything. They've told us that. So seeing something like this just kind of gives more validity to it. Honestly, it just gives more, I guess, maybe detail to it, more information to it. I'm gonna have to watch this entire thing again and just really pay attention. But what's getting me really hard is what you just read. There's like two things in here.
Wait, did you say you're getting hard?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
He gets excited when he does decodes.
Let me tell you. So I don't know how to explain this, how this connects to my stuff. This is crazy. Long story short, what you just read in that and the date in which that was posted aligns directly with what I've been doing with my Knights Templar stuff. So the date of that was 1/17 of 17. So double 17s, there's a connection there. Then you brought up the new American Revolution. For those of you who've been watching my Templar stuff, what did Tim Hogan bring up in last night's interview, which was the bringing the Ark back out? The last time the Arks were brought out was before the last Revolutionary War. I about fell out of my chair when you brought up the revolution, the American Revolution. Holy crap, man. In the 1717, so 17th day of the 17th year, the first Grand Lodge is in 1717. I'll leave it at that.
Was 1717. And just really quickly, let's see. And what was, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. The White House is in tippy-top shape. I didn't even hear that because I've been so crazy busy this week. This is 2 days ago. I never even heard this, to be honest with you, dude. I know the number, but listen to Kevin Warsh, and we got a 28-second video. So this is new for me, guys.
It's an honor, and today I'm thrilled to welcome you to the White House, the most beautiful building. I love this building. We fix it up all the time. That's the real estate business in me, and it's in tippy-top shape, finally. But for the swearing in of our new chairman of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, Kevin Warsh. Kevin?
Matrix, what number Treasury Secretary is he, or the Fed Reserve Chair, or whatever?
17.
Again, it's just a wild coincidence, and I almost don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to. So, just really quick.
17.
Yeah. Just really quickly. So that video that I was playing there of Entheos there, follow the nows or whatever. So essentially, you heard Dr. Prochenik in that video say, "Oh, I'm just a small part of this, right? Like I'm just a small part of what's going." Oh, and I need to keep that one on. I can't do that. I need to keep that one on because that's some interesting stuff. Oh look, it's just wanted to show you guys. Oh God, Shines. I don't know if it's going to be on here. What was it? Was it Shines earlier? Let me see.
Yes. Yeah, Entheos. I wrote it down. Entheos Shines.
I should be subbed to them already. Why am I not subbed? Okay. So videos, Ola or popular. So this is the one we went to. So remember, during this thing, Steve Pachenik's like, "Oh, I'm just a small part of this," right? And what does Entheos call Steve Pachenik? He calls him the real life Jack Ryan because apparently all those movies that were written were legitimately written on his life, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
What they say.
But he's just a small part of it. He's no big deal. That's the kind of people that we like, the selfless types of people out there. So, and yeah, Glenn Beck was given everything in 2013. He could have put everything out, but guess what? They threatened to kill his family. So some people out there, and this is what I don't get, dude. If they came to us and we had information to expose these people on live television, then they were like, well, if you come out and say anything, we're going to kill your family. Like, yeah, of course you don't want your family killed, but like, what about people releasing this stuff, all at the same time? A bunch of people just dropping it out, making it public. Like, I don't understand why they didn't get to that point. And how do these people even know he had this stuff? Which is another question he should be asking himself. How did these people know that he had everything in 2013? And if you want to put it out, we'll kill you and your family. It's kind of a concerning thing. But
remember, though,
them. Okay.
It had to be this way. You couldn't just drop all the information. I mean, we've learned that over the years that you drop one bit of crazy information, what do people do? They lose their minds. You think they could actually just drop the ball on everybody? What was that, 12 years ago? No. People would have lost it. And what's funny is 13, 14 years ago, I didn't know what was going on. I was in my conspiracies. I had nothing in politics in any way, shape, or form. So if anything went on that long ago, I wouldn't have even either known about it or it would have made no sense to me. I'd have been one of those people too. So if they dropped the ball back then, I'd have been like, whoa, what's happening? And I'd have been one of those people. So yeah, you couldn't just do it. You can't just drop it. That's why it had to be this way. That's why Trump had to come in. That's why Biden had to come in, fake Biden. That's why we had to go through this, because it had to be this way. You can't just tell people the truth. Like Glenn Beck, you must show them. So that's why we've been going what we've been going through for so long. That's why it's not going to just end like that.
Interesting. I just sent you a text. So in the next 10 minutes or so, that is just wild what I sent you. But take a look around that and just let me know. But yeah, because
and again, go for it here. Yeah, hang on.
Well, we can wait a couple minutes because like I said, they make a mistake from time to time and then they bump
don't let that don't let the mistake go by though. That's my point. I had one of those the other day and I didn't let it go by. Just here, hang on. Let me look at my side.
All right. So we're discussing commercials, guys, and I've discussed this before that. They list sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they list a couple. So do you have at least one that I can do the same one or the same read for?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So guys, yeah, I apologize, but this is too much. Oh my God, there's even more now. Okay, regular Rumble wallet, clicking it.
Start. Go for it.
All right, here we go, guys. And actually, you know what? I'm going to record this bad boy. Here we go. Bing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you could actually own and control your money. After the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now fast forward to today. Everyone's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. And once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like me directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. And in just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was awesome. Holy crap, man! I had one close to that Thursday, I think, or maybe Wednesday or something. It was awesome. I was like, whoa, we're stopping the show right now.
Yeah, it's just put it this way, ladies and gentlemen. They list them for usually pretty cheap, like 10, 15, 20, 30 bucks, but sometimes they're on
sometimes
there for
they're like 5
10 times the amount, and I just can't let that pass, which is why, I absolutely love them, especially compared to YouTube. And so for my streaming capabilities and whatnot, you cannot beat Pilled and Rumble, because they are for the creator.
Yeah, and one comment inside this makes Rumble's IPO skyrocket. Wasn't the actual F? Well, if you received the money into your pocket for a 1 and 30-second read that we just saw, you would do it too. Trust me. All I can say. It's like a Rumble. It's like a Rumble rant for ourselves that takes about 1 and 30 seconds. And if you knew how much that was, you'd do it too. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's and that's why I've never heard Matrix ask for a donation for himself, and he's never heard me ask for myself, because we don't do it. And Rumble actually lets us do stuff like that, and they're helpful to the creator. So it makes you wonder, why YouTube could never do that, dude. And they run at a loss every year, dude, too. And then Alphabet has to basically dig them out. So it's a much better platform. Back that down a little bit. It's a much better platform for the creator, and Pilled as well. So, and if anybody doesn't know about Pilled, like, you can go over there and you can use essentially like for those of you who like to do FaceTime calls, I cannot stand it. Even with my own son, like I don't, I just hate staring at myself as I'm talking to somebody else. But they do that too. Like, you have like FaceTime type of business calls that you can do on there, regular audio calls as well. So those are some really good features over there.
No, yeah, Pilled's got the best features. They have the most features possible. So I'm not even joking. I don't like making an ad out of it. But if you're not on Pilled.net, get over there, create an account. It's like everybody else. You need an email. You create a name. You can do a picture if you want, and you're in. That's all it is. You can even become a creator if you'd like as well over here. You guys got to come check Pilled.net out. Not even a joke. You guys on YouTube, you guys on Rumble, get over to Pilled.net. You will thank us in the end. Trust me.
Yeah, it's very cool, and I think it's more of the OG anons that are over there too, and maybe the people that will push the envelope. Like the weirdos like Matrix and myself. Those type of people are over there. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Pilled and Rumble, to be honest with you. But like, yeah, Pilled was there for us in the very, very beginning. I think I signed up for Pilled and Rumble within like the same day, because once they kicked us off of YouTube and this, that, and the other, the only thing we had at the time was D Live. Actually, that's right. The only thing we had was D Live and Pilled, and then shortly, maybe like a little while after, I got onto Rumble. But yeah, they are great. But Matrix. Just in, Iran agreed to give up enriched uranium in proposed deal announced by President Trump. Bullshit. Of course, it's, everybody's going to be out here poo-pooing things. But what I wanted to discuss, and me and you touched on this a little bit before, and I'm not going to be playing Tusi's video here, but this is a story how my life got turned upside down. Okay, no, we're not doing that story again. So this is a story about, he's talking about Ivanka. Remember, we talked about and touched on last week that, oh my goodness, they're trying to kill Ivanka. Ivanka Trump, she's in the crosshairs. These Iranian terrorists are going to kill her. Oh no. Well, let's read a little bit here. So he's talking about how he's got a flu and he's got a flu again, but he said, let's talk about the IRGC and the plot against Ivanka Trump. The man has been arrested, a high-profile IRGC agent who's been behind many recent attacks in Europe, the United Kingdom, in London. We've had a couple of attacks. He was the one behind it. Let's talk about this guy and then get your reaction. Things first. This man with the ugly hat, he has now been captured by the Americans, Mohammed Bagher al-Sadi. He says, yeah, that's his full name, by the way. Mohammed Bagher al-Sadi. 32 years old. He plotted to take out Ivanka Trump. He also managed to have a blueprint of Ivanka's home in Florida. The thing about this is it wasn't really about the fact that he was targeting the Trump family, but he messed up a little bit because he got a little ambitious. He and his network over the last few weeks and months have been responsible for major attacks in the West, in Amsterdam, in London, and elsewhere, and he thought that he could just get away with it because this guy al-Sadi, is the one who's in charge, essentially, of the sleeper cells in the West to wake them up to basically carry out the attacks. Mostly on his behalf, but he decided to get ambitious and get involved directly himself to take revenge. Now, this is a key part, guys, because remember, what's the narrative out there? Trump's saying we're winning, and Iran is saying, no, we're winning, even though Karg Island is apparently full of oil from overflow right now. But every time Trump comes out and says, yep, we're winning, then Iran comes out and says, no, we're winning. And then everybody goes, oh, see, they're denying what Trump says. And then we should all listen to Iran. And I'm like, since when should we start following what Iran says over Trump? I will follow that. So that's the key thing. We're winning. They say they're winning. But as we go here, on his behalf, but he decided to get ambitious and get involved himself because the Trump family or President Trump has been responsible for annihilating a lot of the IRGC leadership from Soleimani to Ali and all the other Arab names they have. So this is the quote we have saying after Gam was killed also and burned down the house of Trump the way he burned down our house. So that's quite interesting, he's saying here, because the IRGC until now have been telling their proxy medias, including Candace, Tucker, Carlson, to tell the world that the house of the IRGC, whatever you want to call it, has not been burned down. In fact, they've been winning. That's what they've been telling us, right? And somehow, now they admit that, yeah, Trump destroyed the house of the Islamic Republic. Now we have to bring down the house of Trump. So when they want to be a victim, they can be a victim, and the next moment they get a little bit confident. Then they poke a bear. The bear gets angry, and now they're going to cry. Oh, dear. Al-Sadi, who's been having a great time, of course, in Europe, going around Paris and other places, in one of the highest-ranking figures in the Islamic terror circles. He was actually arrested a few days ago in Turkey, and of course, Turkey, being a member of NATO, it helped because the Americans forced Turkish government to extradite him to the United States. He's now been charged with 18 attacks and also attempted attacks throughout Europe and the United States. So the thing about this is I said he was one of the main puppets. Not main puppets, but he was a major puppet master in charge of the sleeper cells in the West. So it's a big achievement in getting him captured. So Matrix, I've covered this 3 times this week probably, and I don't have a problem covering it again because it's worth it. And now remember, this video right here was from yesterday, May 23rd. Today's the 24th. I covered this as of 2 days after this post, which was the 16th. So since the 18th, I've been covering this. And so he says, late night on Thursday, agents landed at New York Stewart International Airport with who? Mohammed al-Sadi. Wait, who's that? Oh, Mohammed al-Sadi. That's this guy. Exactly the same guy he was talking about up here as we were he even said it a little bit right here, so I'll let him say it. Maybe if I unmute, you can hear him actually say it.
Captured by the Americans. Mohammed Bagher Assad, Dawood al-Sadi.
Dawood al-Sadi. So you heard that? Al-Sadi right here.
Mm-hmm.
Al-Sadi.
Now, real quick, before you go too far. See how his name is, if you take out the rest of his name, you have Mo Sadi, okay? Masadi. Now pause. Check this out. In the drops, Puppet Master is in 10 drops. Do me a favor, grab drop 3655. I just blew my own mind by doing that, by taking his name and saying Mo Sadi, and then you have Puppet Master was in there, and oddly enough, Puppet Master is in. Look at the top of that. What's red? MOS Mossad Masadi. Holy crap, bro! It's the MSM structure, yeah. Those who scream the loudest, find the connections, which we are, 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, primary affiliate A, B, and C, marching to the same beat, coincidence, logical thinking. But the bottom, what's it say? Relevant to today, foreign assets. That's what so he's a foreigner. Destruction of foreign-controlled intel, U.S. media plus alternate critical. They're talking about destruction of us because of what we did to them. Untouchable, state-backed. He's the state backed by the IRGC. Epstein thought so. Also Mossad, puppets and puppet masters, what he just said. That just hit dead on the head if you include his name.
That's crazy. Wow. And yeah, so they arrested. And so, but here's the weird thing, right? Does anybody else like, I don't get this. So Sebastian Gorka posted this on the 16th, right? And then he said late on Thursday night, what's the calendar looking like here? Calendar's looking like the 16th of May is Saturday. All right. So he says Saturday and late on Thursday night. So that's the 14th. So this guy was arrested on the 14th. Okay. He's arrested in handcuffs in New York on the 14th. But yet, what did we start hearing about Ivanka, being assassinated like 2 days ago? Like maybe the 22nd. So it's not jiving, I guess. The math's not mathing. If like, wait, he's here to kill her, but wait, we already arrested him last week. Okay, so that's just one dude. Oh, go ahead.
Well, what does make sense though is something we learned over time is that when I think we showed it here on the show, you brought it up, the guy that went to the comedian and said, I was overseas, I did a mission, and then I got home a year later and saw my mission on the news, and they were saying it was live and in progress. Whenever I was I was doing the mission. So what we're saying could be is this right here where he gets arrested, now a week later, however many days later, now the news is catching it. So that's kind of how I see it personally. So there is a reason for it because the news doesn't give us the news when it happens typically, unless it's like, the shooting outside the White House type stuff. It's like this type of stuff. They don't bring it out till they need it to be seen. So to me, it makes sense why it's off, but I'll go with what you're saying too. But just for everybody to know, like that's how I see it.
Yeah, no, it's a good point too in that video. I think Joe had brought that clip up quite a few times, Joe Rambo. But yeah, I do remember that, and I do remember it being posted, and it's like, wait, what? Wait, what is this? Desert Diamonds. How old is this? May 17th, 2026. I just never really followed this guy, so I don't really. Gene Decode.
Gene Decode. Okay, I know who he is.
And so
I used to like all his stuff, but he lost me a little bit, so.
All right. So, and I don't really, but he's posting this on the 17th of this year, so 7 days ago, saying, about time the media is showing how Obama's birth certificate was changed. He was never born in the U.S., so was never a real president. So I'm wondering, is this video new, or is this one of these ones, because it's Phoenix. So I'm wondering if this is one of the old videos from, maybe if I can see. Oh, so he's only showing. You're a little late to the party.
Local station too. Okay.
But I remember, I'm pretty sure maybe Wheezy, because I know she lives in Arizona, could remember. But isn't that the same state that Sheriff Joe Arpaio lived in? And he was outing Obama in the birth certificate years and years ago. So I don't know if this is new or old or when this is, but this guy posted this as new. And what else? What was I looking for? Oh, this is what I was looking for, what you said. Sees old op as new news.
M777, really?
Yeah, right.
We just had the sevens.
Dude fell asleep next to a howitzer. Right? He's about to shit his pants, probably.
Oh, my God.
Let's listen. You gotta love the soldier games.
Oh, can you imagine the dream he was having before that happened? Because you know how your body knows it's going to be woken up, and you have a dream no matter what, your body knows it. So what kind of dream was he having before that happened? I bet you he probably just shat himself.
Underwear check over there. Underwear check, please. Let me thank over here Gonzo Rules. Thank you very much, Gonzo. Gifted out 5 subscriptions to the channel. We do greatly appreciate that. And I'm going to reiterate a G Fonts 119 post from yesterday. God bless all the men and women who served our nation in uniform. Everybody, please enjoy the rest of our Memorial Day weekend. Prayers and very best wishes are for you and yours. So thank you for that the other day, G Fonts, and thank you again, Gonzo Rules, for the gifted subscriptions to the channel. We got me and Hulkinator got to 11, and Dave did it again today. He goes, "Hey, dude, you got to." Oh, we got to 10 on the leaderboard last night. He says, "Oh, hey, you got to 11." I was like, "Yeah, we got to 10." You missed that one.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's good. And maybe your trick will get us both on the leaderboard this week. But I just, as long as one of us are on the leaderboard, I could care less. As long as one of us are on there. So yeah, I know you said something about the day of uploading because it's too far old.
I think what's happening is when you get done with your show with Hulk, you tend to like kind of post almost right away for the next day. And I think somehow, some way that has an effect, because I've noticed whenever you did do that, like post it right away, I'll get on the leaderboard with less likes, less people, less views and all that. And you're not anywhere on that. But then when you post it later, you're suddenly on there with me. So I think there's something to do with you posting it directly after Hulk being not Sunday yet. I think that's what it is. I typically don't post. I post mine almost every time after midnight purposely. And I notice when you don't, it tends to mess with you. I don't know why, but that is a thing I noticed. So that's why I told you last night, don't post till after midnight. Let's see what happens now. Because I think that was the issue.
Yeah, let's get us on there. And I had this in the mix. Did you see the stencil that Spencer Pratt's been doing? He's stenciling the street.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's an AI. I don't know. But apparently this is what he's doing on the streets here. It says, imagine this. Oh, I hate when people put the songs into stuff. Just stop it with the background music. It doesn't help. I don't like it. So basically it says, all right, you going down. It says, imagine if the streets were this clean. Spencer Pratt for mayor of LA. I mean, dude, he is crushing it as far as like good advertisements and like smart advertising, I guess you could say. Grassroots type of things.
He's doing amazing.
It's very, very smart. And I just clicked away from the microphone. And also thank you very much, Bone Tip, for dropping 5 subscriptions or gifting 5 subscriptions to the channel. That very much helps, so we do appreciate that as well. This is crazy, dude, but like what are you making? I didn't want to go off the Iran thing too far, but like the whole thing, we're going back and forth, right? And then every week it comes to something, right? And then whenever I bring up points to people, inevitably what happens is I'll say, yeah, but what about this, this, and this, and this? Oh, but this person, omitted a key detail of this, and what they're not seeing is this. And I'm like, why is there always an excuse for progress? Like when we're seeing good things, yeah, but what you're not seeing is this. And it's like, I just don't get the negativity against Trump. I don't get why people are surprised that we went after Iran. Because there were some posts, there were some drops, right? Talk about fiction. Trump's going to start a war with Iran. And I'm like, well, are we in a war with Iran right now? As I don't think that's a war. We're like hitting.
It's us. It's us stomping on them. It's all it is.
I know, we're like pelting them left and right and dropping missiles and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, where are all the missiles coming back? Well, a majority of them are going to the UAE and Israel. So not really us, not really war. But the idea that people, once we started going after Iran, we're like, oh my God, it's Bibi. He's doing Susie Wiles. He's doing what Bibi wants. Jared. Oh my God, Jared Kushner, Bibi, Susie Wiles, Lutnick. Where's Lutnick been lately, by the way, dude? Since he's had to go testify recently, I used to see him hanging over Trump's shoulder like every single video. And maybe he is still, but I just not have noticed it lately.
You know what? You're right. I didn't really notice that till you said that. I think you're right about that. He suddenly disappeared after that. I did see him actually after he did the whole thing came out about that. I heard Trump say one time how awesome of a person Letnick was. But since that moment, you're right. I haven't really been seeing him lately, so I wonder about that. He could be on assignment or something. I don't know. Trump really likes him, but I have all kinds of questions about that dude. The 9/11 thing, the Jeffrey Epstein thing. He seems like a likable guy, but that's maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what the problem is. He's so likable. The fact that he laughs and smiles all the time, he has a contagious laugh and all that. Maybe that's the issue. He sucks us in.
It's possible. I'm gonna send you a text, and my son's gonna get me in trouble here. He made that a little while ago, and I'm like, oh, cool, because it's rainy out today, and I'm like, oh, if I post that, I'll get beat up. But I thought he did pretty good though, and I wanted to show you too this the other day. He drew this. He told me he drew this in like 5 minutes. Both of these. I forgot what one of the guys' names was. He goes, "You think this is good?" I'm like, "Much better than I could draw, dude. Much better than I could draw." He said, I just did these. I said, "How long did that take you?" He goes, "I did them both in like 5 minutes." I'm like, "Really? That's pretty crazy." He goes, "Oh, yeah, maybe you should be a sketch artist." But I'm not a good drawer at all. My brother, my middle brother is a really good drawer. But
whoa, that one on the left looks awesome.
Yeah, you can see the stuff in the eyes and stuff. So yeah, he's Mr. Artsy Fartsy over there. Let me see. He might be probably trying to hit me up for some money. He goes, "Oh, look, I just made a concept thumbnail for you," and he's still posting. He's still texting.
Is that what you just sent me?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome looking.
Yeah, it's trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna make that a sticker over here on Pilled, man. That's dope. I love it.
I'll show the folks what it is. I'll show the folks what it is. But again, and the weird part is he actually just sent this to me randomly out of the blue. He must be just bored because he's with his grandmother still right now. He slept over last night, but he made this.
Yeah,
not bad, huh?
Dude,
Pretty cool.
That's dope. I like that a lot. I'm literally about to get this into my computer and put it over here on Pilled.
And he texted me just a little while ago something about a yellow border. He goes, with a yellow border, you get more views on your video. And I'm like, really?
It's because it's eye popping because people. Here's the thing. I know this because whenever I'm searching videos, if you have yellow border or yellow writing, that's also why I started doing my decodes with yellow because it pops more and your eyes see it. I use a black background with darker green. My colors, of course, matrix colors. So when I use yellow or a bright color, it really catches your attention. And yellow is the best color for that. Your son is 100% right.
Damn it. I hate it when he's right and I'm not. All right, so that's that. And I sent you the other version too with this one with the yellow around it. But
nice. That's cool.
He's literally just sending this to me as he's, probably hanging over the grandmother's after church. But yeah, very cool. And I like that inside of there. But definitely AI. And you got the Q thing there, and he got your name right too. Because I sent him. He goes, "What does that show you're on now?" I sent him the link of the name. So hopefully he spelled that correctly. I think he did.
Yes, he did. He did. And for people out there that get confused, it's MatrixQdeBreaker. CO is gone and replaced with a Q. MatrixQdeBreaker. No, it's MatrixQdeBreaker, just spelled funny. So it took me a while to figure out how to do it. It used to be spelled QODE. I'm like, no, that's not right. So yeah, it's MatrixQdeBreaker, just spelled funny.
I probably did that too. Probably got it wrong our first couple of shows. But listen to this.
Most people do.
Listen, I'm just going to let the video play here. Maybe you might know what I'm talking about, what she's talking about, but you'll understand in short order. So this is, she's doing reporting outside of the White House yesterday.
That President Trump has said a deal is close, only for the two sides to remain far apart.
Dude, so actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this. Tron hooked me up with this. So I'm going to use this for the first time. I'm going to bump up the audio. I don't know how much it's going to help or need to, but... I bumped up the audio now. Obviously, as she's talking, you hear gunshots in the background. The funny part is once she jumps down and gets around the corner, she kicks the microphone, and when she does, it almost sounds like a bullet goes by her. But I'm 99% sure it's because she hits a microphone that makes it sound like a bullet got close to them. So you'll hear a bunch of shots break off, and then she jumps around the corner. Then when she jumps around the corner, you'll hear it and see the thing move. And then again, it sounds like another gunshot. So hopefully I didn't do it too loud.
That President Trump has said a deal is close, only for the two sides to remain far apart.
Hear that when she kicked it? It almost sounded. Let's see. Definitely sounded different at 3 in the morning. Definitely sounded a little different at 3 in the morning. So it sounded more like a gunshot. What are you doing, Mike? There we go.
Yeah, I had my eyes closed for that, listening very intently. I didn't hear what you were talking about, but yeah, that whole situation was wild.
Yeah, my headphones, it sounded different last night for sure on my AirPods versus this one. So yesterday, Wall Street Apes posts out 30 gunshots fired at the White House today, which I don't know if there was 30, but 2016, shots at the White House. 2018, shots at the White House. 2020, shots at the White House. 21 to 2024, no shots at the White House. 2025 and 2026, you guessed it, shots at the White House. So wait, Matrix, I thought we were aren't we the violent ones? I thought we were
We're the crazy ones. We're the crazy conspiracy theorists, the racists, and the violent ones.
Don't blame us. All the conspiracy theories came true.
Exactly.
Sorry, we can't help that one.
Wait, so there was no shots fired at the White House in 2017?
No, I don't think
so.
So
There was 2016, 18. That's interesting.
I don't think so, to be honest with you.
And there's no 2019 either. So I'm guessing there's no shot. So he picked and choose which years to put in there technically, though. Because 2017 and 19 were no shots fired either.
Ooh, Caesar.
Unless he messed that up.
Interesting. Check this out. Caesar 777X on YouTube posted this, I think. Let's see. 1771. Let's see if that's the right one here. And thank you, Lon Demon. Don Lemon backwards. I like that. He says he's talented. Articles about Q. Is this the real post here? Massive group of dedicated Gold Star researchers. Was it 1771 you said? Q 1771? I thought there was something about Obama's birth certificate you wrote. Maybe you got the wrong one, or maybe I'm missing it here. Obama's birth certificate in here? No, I don't see that one there. I don't see that one in there, man. 1776? What is post 1776, by the way? That'd be a flag? Dude.
Yeah, the pen, yeah.
Hashtag 1776?
Yeah.
We just had last week? The 1776 fund?
Yes. Birth certificates in 3 drops. It's 35, 17, and 18. And actually 35, 16, 17, and 18 are the ones with birth certificate in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember I think we touched on these a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, the Fuddy plane crash.
Yep.
Yeah, how amazing. The state health director. And this is what I don't understand, dude, why this is so weird, because wasn't Loretta Fuddy part of their their little cult or whatever they were part of? I'm pretty sure she was. Sabood, she was part of the Sabood thing that Obama's mother was. But it's like she's with you and she just verified it and then she dies. It's like, well, she just did what you wanted and then you killed her anyway. Nice people. Really nice people.
If people are going to open their mouth about something, if they have that information of whatever they were doing and they're going to open their mouth, then that's why they get killed. So I kind of, anybody gets killed just because they're in their cult doesn't mean anything to me. Because if you're inside their cult and you want to get out, if you see something you shouldn't have seen and they think you're going to say something, that's when those people get killed. Doesn't mean they were anything else other than, they might have been, I was going to tell the truth. I was going to tell on you. Boom, you're dead. So,
boom, you're dead. Well, check this out, dude. DC law enforcement says the Secret Service shot 2 men outside the White House at, yeah, you guessed it. Now,
17th.
I see this a lot, dude. How far is 17th Street from the White House? Because I see it's Pennsylvania Avenue. Obviously, I know the White House is on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well, 17th and 16th. That should just be one block away because it'd be 1600th block of it. That would be your 1700 block probably. So I'm guessing that's pretty damn close.
Let's see. DC, Pennsylvania Ave.
I got a real quick birthday to give, too. Happy birthday to Bib Doylan out there. It's his 85th birthday today. Holy shnikes, Bib Doylan. And yes, it's Bob Dylan's name backwards. But Bib Doylan, happy 85th birthday. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not Bib Doylan's birthday. It's Bob Dylan's. The real Bob Dylan's 85th birthday today. So Bib Doylan, Bob Doylan. Yeah, you got my tongue all backwards trying to do all this. But happy birthday to Bob Doylan, Bib Doylan. Jesus, he got my tongue twisted.
You got the tongue twisted. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Ding. Can't get any bigger than this, or what? Okay, this, I guess. Right? No, I hate this. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Remind me of Flight. I think we touched on this yesterday. This is crazy. So the White House is right here, and then 51-year-old apparently armed suspect shot and wounded by Secret Service July 10th. I'm just trying to see, like, Washington, obviously United States, White House. I can't get any bigger over here. Pennsylvania.
You're in images to where they're trying to make you buy what you're looking at.
Yeah, they are. Let me see. Something bigger here, like a map. Come on.
What about Google Earth?
Yeah, it's just I don't even know. But yeah, we've seen this a lot, right? Like 17th Street, shooting on 17th Street in Pennsylvania Ave, 17th Street over and over. Dude, you want to see? And actually, you know what? Let's finalize this here because I think this is this one. New York Post, always good to get us kicked off a line here. Gunman who believed he was Jesus Christ opened fire on White House checkpoint, neutralized by Secret Service. Jesus Christ? I don't know that he wasn't really a violent dude, right? So, like, why, if you think you're Jesus Christ, why are you going to shoot people? Doesn't seem to make much sense to me, brother.
No, makes no sense at all. It sounds to me like gunman believed he was going to go see Allah and his 72 virgins is more like it, but that's just me.
We got a little update in kind of, I'm looking at this stuff. Any shooting areas too is probably related to the Iran thing. They want to keep the focus off of this. But President Trump literally said 16 minutes ago, if I make a deal with Iran, it will be a good and proper one, not like the one made by Obama, which gave Iran massive amounts of cash and a clear and open path to a nuclear weapon. Our deal is the exact opposite. But nobody has seen it or knows what it is. It isn't even fully negotiated yet. So don't listen to the losers who are critical about something they know nothing about. Unlike those before me who should have solved this problem many years ago, I don't make bad deals. President DJT. I love it, dude. We'll see. And again, everybody's making comments on it. The thing that I don't like is that they're so certain that Trump is just screwing us and this, that, and the other. And it's like they know, and then we're a bunch of idiots because we don't know. Like, we haven't been following this, 23.75 hours a day for the last 10 years.
Yeah. I'm also looking up some drops right now because he said cash in all capital letters. And most of the drops, guess what they talk about? Cash to Iran.
Sure do. And why not wire it if you could have? That's what they said as well.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. Type in cash, but hang on, don't hit. You got 27. Do cash, but hit space. Cash with a space behind it. Look how many drops there are.
Ding.
17.
Hassan Rouhani. And so, again, anybody that's never seen the drops back in the day, I would contend to you that they ask a question, and then they answer, or they answer a question and then ask it. So, hey, Hassan Rouhani, who paid Hussein or Obama to attend Harvard Law School? And then, wait, who was Prince Al-Walid bin Talal? And I've told you guys my dig numerous times about that dude Mansour, who called up Percy Sutton, who was Malcolm X's attorney. And the guy who was advising this guy was the mentor to the two guys who started the friggin' Black Panthers. These are the people that are involved with getting Obama into presidency. Just so everybody is aware. Malcolm X, and then on one hand, and the other side, you have the Black Panthers. And, let's sprinkle in a little Saudi royal for the mix, which is really paying for it all. Was Hussein a prominent political figure or a person of influence at the time? Hell no. Who was Valerie Jarrett? Where was she born? When did Valerie Jarrett hire Michael Robinson? Michelle Robinson. 1991 timeline. So, yeah, right here. To your point. Why send cash when you could send a wire, right? Remember, Hillary ran against Hussein. Money organized, planned by Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, carried out by Obama. Remember, Hillary ran against Hussein, right? Uranium One donations to the Clinton Foundation. $1.7 billion in cash transfer to Iran, 4 routes, 5 planes. Did the total withdrawal actually depart EU? Why EU? Define bribe. Define kickback. Special interest groups. Define bribe, kickbacks, da-da-da. I know there's another part saying, like, why send cash when you could send a wire? Maybe on a different one of this one, but 100% there's one post that talks about that. Cash withdrawals. Why wasn't Congress notified? Why was the government kept in the dark? Why did one particular plane? Is it there somewhere?
Wire transfer. It was the first one you read, 1948. It's in 1948. It's you'll see. So the left side one.
Okay.
It is plus 20. Find where it says plus 29. Scroll down. There's plus 29. I'll go a few lines down and it says wired transferred. Yep, there you go.
Why wasn't the money simply wire transferred? The U.S. had authority to open bank-to-bank transfers. How do you prevent financial T-logs? How were the cash withdrawals in EU categorized and labeled? And remember, it wasn't $100 bills. There was European cash in there as well. All sorts of different stuff. So, again, why would you send cash when you could send a wire? Because there's a record when you send a wire. Once you hand somebody cash, they can do whatever they want with it. But yeah, this is huge, dude. This is it's coming back around, dude, and he keeps bringing this stuff up. He's bringing up the fact that they are talking about, Obama and how he's been a part of this, and the Uranium One as well. Right here, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. We are ready to assure the world that we are not seeking nuclear weapons. We are not seeking instability in the region. So, Masoud Pezeshkian. So I got to see if I can find that post myself, just because I don't want any cheerleaders just saying that they're doing it. And actually, before I get away here, William Joseph, thank you for the $2 super chat. And I actually remembered what it is this time over there on YouTube. So thank you for that, sir. Let's see. Masoud. All right, Masoud.
Mossad. I keep seeing Mossad, bro. I think I'm seeing the Mossad name, Al Mossadi, and now we have Masoud. I think we're talking about Mossad the whole time.
We are ready to assure the world. See if I can pull this quote up. The world. Ding. Yes, I do. Pezeshkian. Here we go. And is not seeking. These remarks were made on May 24th during ongoing negotiations. All right, let's see. So I just literally put that quotation into a search bar here, and I'm reading as we got here. Mahmoud Pezeshkian stated that Tehran is ready to assure the world that we are not seeking nuclear weapons and is not seeking unrest in the region. These remarks were made on May 24th during ongoing diplomatic negotiations with the United States to end the ongoing conflict. Pezeshkian emphasized that while Iran is committed to diplomacy, its negotiating team will not compromise on the dignity and honor of the nation. He also accused Israel of being the primary source of instability in West Asia. Ding, ding, ding.
Told ya.
Let's see. Economic Times, India Times. And so you know what I'm doing. I'm sending this to my right honorable friend who comments bullshit when I send him things like we discussed earlier. Was it this one? No, was it this one? This one. Iran agreed to give up enriched uranium in proposed deal announced by President Trump. Bullshit. It's bullshit. So guess what? They're getting this link right here as well. So have fun with that one from the India Times, which is backing up the story as well, that Iran President Masoud Peshkin said Sunday that Iran is prepared to reassure the international community it's not pursuing nuclear weapons. According to state media Press TV, the president made these remarks during his visit to the Islamic Republic of Iran Broadcasting. Peshkin said the Islamic Republic remains open to providing assurances that its nuclear program is strictly peaceful in nature. We're ready to assure the world that we are not seeking nuclear weapons and are not seeking unrest in the region. He also accused Israel of being a key source of instability in West Asia, arguing that it is, quote, the Israeli regime that uses every opportunity to keep war and instability alive rather than Iran. At the same time, Pezeshkian stressed that Iranian negotiators would not compromise on national dignity and honor in ongoing discussions with international stakeholders, particularly the U.S., to strike a peace deal to end the ongoing hostilities. Maintains that under the Non-Nuclear Proliferation Treaty, it has the right to pursue nuclear technology for peaceful purposes, including energy generation, medical applications, and scientific research. Dude, there's one country that has nukes, apparently and allegedly, but that does not allow the IAEA in there to inspect them. And I'm not talking about Iran. Do you want to take a guess at what country that might be?
Oh, you mean the ones that stole our nuclear information to get them? Oh, Israel? Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. What a coinky dink. Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, those names, man. Mohammed, Saudi, and then now we have Mossad. His letters in his name even make Mossad without the correct spelling, literally. Like, what are the odds that keeps happening with all these people in Iran?
Oh, my God.
They're pointing at Israel this whole time. Like, everybody keeps saying, well, when's Israel? When's Israel? This whole Iran thing has been pointing at Israel the entire time.
Wow. I got a good, interesting one for later too. You know, there's like a missing Republican congressman.
A Republican one?
Yeah, and we'll hit that later sometime. But yeah, it's a wild story. And
no,
apparently,
I don't know about that.
The best part is he's voting too. People are like, wait, where the hell is he?
Wait, like that lady that disappeared? Like the 84-year-old Democrat that disappeared? Like, I heard about that in the last couple of weeks, too.
Yeah, pretty much the same kind of idea.
Huh. I didn't know anything about this one. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I got some cool stuff here for you, too. All right, I'm posting this, and people are going to be like, wait, why are you posting this? And I understand it's old, but don't worry. I'm taking you somewhere. Just jump along. Follow with me here. Follow along. Wait, this is a new video, right, Matrix? Brett Beer sure looks a little spry there. May 22nd, 2026.
What the Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation.
All right, so this is May 22nd. Somebody posted this out. Dr. Mel Aaron Gibson. No relation to Mel Gibson. He says in his thing there. But then we go over here to, Wall Street Apes. What do we got here? What's this video? Director of National Intelligence said Barack Obama was behind the Russian collusion hoax with Hillary Clinton, May 23rd of this year. And again, wait, is this Brett Beer looking nice and fresh, or is this Brett Beer from a couple of years ago, bro? Because let me see.
The Obama Justice Department ordered federal...
It's not new, right?
That can't be new. That's not how Brett lives. His hair's not like that right now.
Nope.
His hair is not that way. I can tell he looks younger, too. I watched too much Fox News. No, I don't watch Brett Bear's show. I just tell him to shut up. But that is definitely like a 7 or 8 years ago video. It has to be. He looks so young.
Right? And so the reason I'm bringing this up is, wait, why are all these old videos coming up because there's a lot of these ones coming up, and it's the same video, and they're all talking about, oh wait, treason, arrest Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, and they were behind the whole Russia thing. But wait, yeah, you got these little small accounts putting this stuff out. Oh, 1.3 million followers. So yeah, I'm seeing some sort of a coordinated push out of this stuff, which is interesting. He only got 30,000 views on this post, which is pretty weird. So
they want big accounts to put it out, but they're not pushing it out. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. But again, they are, these pieces of information are getting out at record number as well. I got a very cool one for you for later too about possible anti-gravity stuff where the scientist, I guess there's an insect out there, and I don't know what insect it is, that when it moves around its wings or whatever, it actually levitates rather than flies. And so this guy studied this stuff. So we'll get into that more into the woo-woo the woo-woo section of the show a little bit later on. That's going to be some fun stuff. Cathedral Rock in Sedona. You got Indians carving into our woods. President Trump's going full hardball mode on. All right, so here's maybe why we're getting some progress here. So let's take a listen. And this is about an hour before the show started, guys. See, make sure we're not muted here.
Reports indicate that the Iranians are trying to toll the strait. A senior administration official said, we don't think that a toll is an acceptable outcome. And so the Trump administration is being very clear. This is an international waterway. It needs to be open for international shipping. The Iranians can no longer disrupt the international oil or LNG trade within the Persian Gulf, ultimately out through the Strait of Hormuz, or ultimately there's no deal. And that was the sense that we got on this call earlier today, Mike, is that if President Trump doesn't get what he wants in this agreement, there's not going to be a deal. He either wants the deal that has been put forward by U.S. negotiators, including U.S. Special Envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, or ultimately it's not going to be signed by the Trump administration. So a lot of those details to work out in the days ahead, and you're going to hear a lot of back and forth, a lot of propaganda coming from the regime. What's important to look at is what's actually on the paper and then what can actually be implemented. And oftentimes those are two different things.
Trey Inkst, our chief.
Think about that. So he's again, why is it? Dude, that's twice I did that. Look at that. 2 times I went to minimize the video, exit full screen. Why is it doing that, dude? That's weird. I'm telling you, this computer is friggin' possessed, dude. I've never had an issue with it as far as like going offline or whatever, but it does some weird things. Like it switches microphones on me and does weird things like that from time to time.
Mine does that too.
What are you making of that? And do you think this could be any reason? Because this is going back 7-8 days. It's the 15th, 9 days ago, dude. This is what people are recording over on Karg Island. So this is all the oil, because remember, they have the blockade in place, and they have no place to put the oil. So it's literally just coming out of the ground, and they have to make a decision. Either make a deal or stop pumping oil. Either one is not going to be good for them, right? They don't want to make a deal because it's going to hurt them. And if they have to stop oil production on, say, any of these areas, it's going to hurt them financially as well. So they're kind of in a catch-22, wink, wink.
I haven't seen any of these videos about the oil. What the hell?
That's Karg Island, where they have all the facilities where they basically bottle it up and ship it out. This is going back to like the 14th or something like that, the Iranian Watcher. It says, Iran is being slammed for causing an environmental disaster by frantically dumping their oil near Karg Island because the storage is filling up. Tens of thousands of barrels spilled. Now it's piling up along the Persian Gulf coastline. Where is the left announcing this? This is going to have horrific impacts on the ecosystem. Trump UN Ambassador Mike Waltz. Iran is now attacking the environment in addition to civilian targets, humanitarian aid, and civilian shipping.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear about this.
So, but remember, they were telling us, no, Iran's winning. They're kicking our butt. And, listen to Candace and listen to Tucker and Joe Kent and Nick Fuentes, who, by the way, you ever go on Rumble and they got like a video playing on the homepage? I did that one time, and it was Nick Fuentes. And he was actually in there going, can you believe when Trump got in there, he unsigned the Iran deal, And he was like posing it as if it was a bad thing that Trump canceled the Obama-Iran deal. And I'm like, what? What? So yeah, it's super crazy.
Well, Nick Fuentes, we know about Fuentes. He's a
Nick Fedtez.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nick Fedtez, USA. Let's see. May 22nd. I think
is that real though? That's my other question. Is that actually real?
Yeah, we've had a few different, and this is not the only one. And Eric Daughtry, he's got 1 million followers. Some people say he's mouthpiece for Trump's administration, essentially, or he's one of the crew.
Yeah,
but yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, that is Carg Island, especially supposedly.
Okay. To make sure, because of all those videos we've had coming out of even, a six-figure Netanyahu. So considering how simple of a video that is, I could easily be one of those things that they're just throwing out there. So I just want to at least bring that up because I don't trust any videos I see anymore.
It's tough. And dude, there's so much fake crap on here too. And, I hate to I do, but I don't hate to do it because I cannot stand what this kid is doing. And the worst part is he's a friggin' January 6er. And he's out there posting the most grandiose shit you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, not following you back, dude. Sorry. Reposted thanking me for exposing the massive election fraud. Total crooks. But.
Wait, who's this guy?
He's a J6er, and I got no problems with that, but like the idea that the things that he's posting on a regular basis have absolute zero sauce, zero links, zero anything, and it's all engagement farming, engagement farming to the max. Like there was one yesterday, it was talking about recordings that they found at Schiff's house, and then this, that, and the other, and I'm like, every single post that's on here is like the most wildest thing you ever saw. It's like real raw news.
Oh, dude, you oh my God, you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah. I was going to say like a real raw news on X. That's what it sounds like to me. And then you say it. Holy crap.
Yeah, I got one of my buddies that posted this out the other day. Sasha Obama spills the beans, reveals that Barack Obama is a homosexual. Michelle Obama's a man. But again, there's nothing to it. And the video or the picture the other day was, I think, this daughter. Oh, she's wearing a MAGA hat. And it's like, oh, God. And it's all the most, if it was all true, it'd be like, all right, great.
Oh, wait. So
right here.
He's the one that put that out there.
Yeah, this guy's posting all
the
this
MAGA
stuff.
hat? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. I did see. That's the one thing I saw. So.
Yeah, like this one. FBI executes search warrant at California home of Schiff. The FBI has reportedly quietly executed a search, seizing a treasure trove of top secret. All right, show me a link anywhere. Show me a video. Show me a link right here.
And he's got 30,000 freaking likes on it.
Dude, he gets crazy amount of views. And these are the type of people that you need to be cautious of because they post stuff out as, right here. A leaked tape emerges of Obama ordering special counsel Jack Smith to prosecute President Trump. Okay. Dude, the only scenario that I would ever post something that started with this, an audio recording has been discovered of disgraced President Obama saying this. The only time you ever see me post anything like that is when I'm dropping the actual video of it. But again, no video, no links. No video, no links. No video. Oh, Mike Pence, raping kids in his house. Yeah, Tory Smith told us about that 10 years ago. Anybody hasn't seen Tory Smith on, and again, I don't know if this is legit or not, but this guy had been reporting this stuff for years. You ever heard of this guy? He's apparently dead now.
I have to see him. I'm bad with names. I got to see him.
Pence. So he basically, I think he's from the Indiana area. This guy. Will this be my last video? And I think it was because he was literally dying of cancer. But video, Mike Pence has, 186 children and then murdered, killed some of these people and da-da-da-da-da. So this is where some of these people are getting the stuff about Mike Pence and then Real Raw News and that dude Timothy Holmseth, they run with this stuff and just post it as legit. Mate, just give me 30 seconds. My son's trying to get in the house.
Yeah, no problem. That's interesting. Welcome in, everybody. Smack that red pill, smack that thumbs up. Share us on out and hit that thumbs up as well on that YouTube side. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, no, this is interesting. I didn't realize that's where this info was coming from. I wonder if that's actually where it stemmed from. Being, what, 9 years ago would put us in 2020 or 2017-ish? Huh. So it makes you wonder if the information is legit or not, because that's when Pence was actually VP with Trump, too. Now, I know about the Pence stuff too, but I don't know if it's true or not. That's all I've ever heard about was these call boys, and that's what he's talking about. So did the information stem from this dude? I need to kind of know that to know anything else, because I'm on board with Pence being a little broken wristed or whatever. Like, I think that's true, just the way I look at him, but I'm not sure. I also didn't know this guy was dead. Think about this too. What if he's dying of cancer? It makes you wonder if he got paid to put the videos out, or if he was doing this kind of stuff for a long time. I don't know anything about this guy, so my thoughts on him are a little skewed. I don't really know what to think. What's up, Trump Red Pill 1?
Okay,
Do not trust Josh Hall, full of shit, says Filter Dog 1. Okay, gotcha. True. So that's why you couldn't hear me. So Josh Hall's full of shit. Now this guy here, what you didn't hear me say, I don't know anything about him. When the video's posted is interesting because it's in 2017. So is this guy legit? Is he really dead? Did he get paid to do this? Was he putting videos out like this before? Like, I have so many questions about his info because I know about his info, as in the Pence, the call boys, and all that stuff. I didn't know it stemmed from this guy, though. So now I have questions about the information. So,
Yeah, so if you watch this guy's videos over the years, you can actually see him declining. Let's just see.
Okay, so he is legit. That's my question. Is he legit? Is he a real dude? Is he really dying? Okay, so there he is. I can tell he's getting skinnier. Okay.
Yeah, so if you go back 10 years ago, he looks, look like probably maybe he worked out back in the day, a little thicker. But then you go into is this my last video? And super skinny.
He was dying. Yep, he was a real dude. Okay.
And that was his last video. You can hear him.
Wow.
Maybe you can hear him. Unmute tab.
God, I want to thank you.
Oh, yeah, he's dying.
Support and prayers.
And again, this is like one of those things like seeing a UFO or something like that. If the information that he's giving was genuine, and then you basically were putting it out there, you're sounding like the crazy person until this type of thing comes to the majority of the people in the public. You know what I mean?
Look at the date he put that out.
July 13th. Oh, Butler.
Dude, that's Butler, bro.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But again, I shudder to even go here. Raw news.
Oh, you're going.
Dude, I
ain't been there in years.
Yeah, it's been years. So I don't even know if they're. And then the other one was best news here. Right.
So is it still Michael Baxter? Is it still Michael Baxter doing the stories, or did he change his name again to something else? He had like an Arab type name the last time I saw. He went from Michael Baxter to something else.
Oh, did he?
Oh no, it's still Michael Baxter. Yep, nope, there's Michael Baxter. It's still there. Yep, okay. Wow, all right. Now here's something about this. Here's something about this site. When I first came across it, I was reading it and I was like blown away. Like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah.
And what's weird though is there was several stories that came out that were crazy, impossible stories. But then something came into the news like a month or two later that actually fit into the story that I read, right? So for about a 2 or 3 month span, I was into Real Raw News, and I started posting links from Real Raw News. People were attacking me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you attacking me? I'm just putting the info out. And they're like, they told me to go deeper to it, and I did. I'm like, oh shit. I had like 3 months of my life taken away by this fucker. So,
well,
I wasn't paying attention. I just was like enthralled by the stories. I loved the stories he was putting out. So I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. A couple of them had, let's just put it this way. Back in like 2018, I also came across this website. I was like, oh, that's cool. All right. So then back then, I don't know that he's doing it anymore. Okay. not for people such as Generals Eric Smith and David Bly, who for obvious reasons won't openly criticize Trump. So back then he was like, oh, this thing is down in Gitmo, and you have this this JAG officer is handling the case. So, and at the time in 2018, I'm like, okay, cool. Just like this, right? Okay, cut and paste and search for the whatever. And oh, wouldn't you know it? That guy had been retired for like 6 years at that point. And so this whole thing is just one big scammy ass site. And then here's its I don't even know if this one's up still in best news here. So if you guys want to do like the Inquirer for like this is essentially the Inquirer. Oh look, they got news treason up there. Any of our shows up here?
Whoa. Holy crap.
That'd be funny, like go watch Matrix Decodebreaker and Spaceshot.
That'd be crazy.
I'd be like, wait, I love you now. No. But still. All right, so apparently they're putting just videos up now, and they're not just putting crazy
You ever heard of
stories.
What's the name of the site I used to do? Similar to that one. Let me see if I can figure it out. What was it? Oh, Before It's News. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
Yep, Before It's News. Yep. I'm actually on there right now. I'm actually going to see our shows on here. Could people be posting everybody's stuff out on there? I've actually seen my show put out on there one time. There's Dave again. I see Dave, News Treason. Hell no.
This reminds me of there was some other older site back in the day, something Disclosure. It's like it's made like the same. It's almost kind of like
Full Disclosure,
MySpace.
was it?
It might have been, yeah, something like that. But it's almost made in the same way, because I remember saying it about this site that it was almost made in the same way of like MySpace, the way it's laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So I
remember MySpace. Oh my god.
Cliff High, Mark Atwood, new predictions. I like Cliff, definitely. Not really much on the Simon Parks deal, but Cliff High, that dude is a smart dude. I haven't seen any of his posts in a while, so I don't know if he's out there still putting stuff out. But let's get into some woo stuff for a minute, dude, because I know you like that. Actually, you know what? Let's do this one first here. Let's find the missing Tom Keene. Now, is this Tom Keene? Yeah. All right, let's see which one. Let's go to the 22nd first. Here we go.
A Republican congressman is missing. Representative Tom Keene Jr. has basically vanished. He has missed over 50 votes in Congress since March, and there's been no explanation where he's been. But keep watching, because we even made an attempt to find him. This story is weird. Constituents from New Jersey's 7th District are asking where Tom Keene is. Reporters are asking where Tom Keene is. Even people on Capitol Hill don't seem to know where the hell he's been for months. But somehow, while allegedly being nowhere to be found, we checked his portfolio and he's still trading stocks. So I decided to go to the Capitol myself to see if I could find him. Do you know anything about the whereabouts of Congressman Tom Keene?
I do not.
Representative Keene? Have you seen Congressman Tom Keene?
I don't know him. If he walked past right now, I really wouldn't know.
Where is he? Do you know the whereabouts of Tom Keene? If a member of Congress can disappear from public view for months without doing his job, the people who elected him deserve more than silence and stock trades.
What do you think, dude? Like, what the hell is going on with this stuff, dude? We got missing folks.
I don't have a clue who this is, but there's one major thing that's just gonna break my brain. His name is Tom Keene.
I know where you're going with this one.
Yeah. Okay. First, let me get my
action.
Let me get my thought process out here. So, number one, that's the second person. The other one was a female Democrat in her 80s that disappeared. And they just mentioned how people just realized that she had been disappeared for like the last months or whatever. Yeah. Now we have this guy pop up and he's still doing trades and everything else. I don't know what to think of this other than what the hell is going on. And then you get to his name. His name is TK, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to get back to this thing, but what are the odds that I'm doing a really deep dig into somebody called the Knights Templar that happen to have the same initials? Come on, man. Tom Keene, TK, Knights Templar. Come on.
TKs. 17 posts for TKs in the drops as well.
I know.
TK Atkinson's probably Atkinson on most of them. Yeah, Michael Atkinson.
And that's the reason why I didn't bring that to my show. TK's in 17. There's no point. There wasn't really a point to them, but yeah, TK in 17 as well. The whole stupid thing with the Templars, I'm going to lose my mind over it.
Missed more than 50 votes and says now his wife's whereabouts are unclear. Yeah, he's been trading stock the whole time. So if we go on to the next one here, click. Missing Republican rep has racked up some odd travel expenses, bro. So that's pretty weird. Let's see what this says. He's been missing for more than 2 months, but apparently can still travel for his re-election campaign. Skipped 88 House votes and hasn't been seen in Washington for 75 days. Yet he has also taken Amtrak and used several rideshare apps around San Fran. All the trips occurred in mid-April, several weeks into his unexplained disappearance. Staff have been also traversing the country with their bosses' express approval. His chief of staff has obtained Keen's signature twice since early March for trips funded by special interest groups. They include a jaunt to Las Vegas paid by the Republican Main Street Partnership and a trip to Middleburg, Virginia for a spring issues conference sponsored by the Bipartisan Policy Organizations Center. He continues trading stocks. First Citizens Bank shares, Johnson & Johnson, PepsiCo. Combined value of the trades range from $50,000 to $190,000. So as this guy's missing, dude, he's out there making stock trades, and then split on his mysterious absence. So they're also covering it here as well. So where is this guy, and why is he not there? Is he dead? And they're trying to, keep him on as a no vote, essentially. I don't know.
Right.
Very
interesting. 88. He's missed 88 votes. Of course he has. 88, really.
Going back to the future, man. Going back to the future.
Yep.
I think he did it twice over here. Q the Hammer, CUE the Hammer, gifted out 1 subscription to the channel and then followed it up with another subscription to the channel. So 2 in a row. If that's right. Sometimes it lists them twice in a row, but Rumble Studio is listing them twice. So I will thank you twice for that, and thank you very much, sir. I'm guessing, sir. Cue the hammer. Just a guess. But yeah, dude, we got missing folks here, left and right. All sorts of weirdness going on. Nothing to see here. This is what I was talking about the woo-woo stuff earlier. I think you might like. And dude, yeah, I definitely want to get into a little bit about your Templar thing.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get into that to see where you were going with that in a little bit. But let's do this woo-woo thing here first, because I thought this was crazy. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Ding. Forbidden knowledge. All right, you go up here. No. You go up there. You go to your home. Okay, so it says Russian scientist, of course he is, right? Viktor Grebenikov discovered the shocking secret behind real anti-gravity, and they buried it. While studying insects as an entomologist, he found a specific bug whose wings didn't just fly, they levitated. When placed in a vial, the container started jumping violently off the table by itself, defying all known physics. He realized the microscopic structure on certain beetle wings creates a powerful anti-gravity effect under the right conditions. This was not theory. He documented it. He even built devices based on the same principle. The elite and mainstream science immediately suppressed his work because free energy and anti-gravity. Ancient Egyptians carved this exact knowledge into stone with winged scarab beetles. They knew. Now the footage is resurfacing, and it's impossible to unsee. They told you anti-gravity was science fiction. Grebenikov proved it had been hidden in nature all along. How much more have they kept from us? I would contend a lot. This is the forbidden history or forbidden discovery they never wanted you to see. Let's take a look. It's about a 1-minute video here.
It's a man named Grebenikov from Russia. Grebenikov was kind of a non-conventional scientist. He was an entomologist. He found a certain bug that didn't fly, it levitated. And And this was, he'd put this bug into a little vial or something, and he saw this vial jumping up off the lab table, jumping up and down. And of course, this is patently impossible based on any time of normal physics. So he got into this, and he found out that the bug wings themselves were creating an anti-gravity phenomena under certain conditions. I think I found the bug. It's actually a beetle. So a man named Grabenikov.
I mean, I don't know if they were showing what I think they were showing here. That appears to me, it looked like he was one of those flattening things for soil. But apparently you can see the shadow here. He's on the ground on the left side, and on the right side he appears to be levitating, bro.
I've seen videos of that, actually. It's real.
And
they used to have like scooters that were levitation stuff, like what you saw in Back to the Future. Like they legitimately had that type of stuff.
Yeah, dude. They have early, let me see if I can pop this one up. Early 1900s electric scooters. They
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And I've seen videos of people that actually had the floaty ones too, legitimately. There's legitimate things like the guy you just showed he's on like a thing with a scooter with no wheels and it floats.
Oh, good. There's
there you go. There's a lady.
One from the same account here. And again, guys, this is 17, America's latest.
Miss Shirley Kellogg rides first.
Yeah, first.
I can't say. First
scooter.
motor scooter to arrive in England.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. Backwards. The motor scooter, 1917. They're like, what are you doing?
Now, how much you want to bet she doesn't have a battery in that thing that's going to catch fire and you can't put it out?
I know, right? And dude, that's like, my son's got scooters like this. His are a little bit bigger. The wheels are probably a little smaller than that, but the scooter's bigger. It has, independent suspension on both sides. And that's one of the, push ones with your leg there. And she's got ones that maybe have a motor on in the inside of it. So they've had technology far better than they let us know. Remember, let me see if I can just do it like this. Early 1900s moving walkways.
There you go. Yep, that's another one. That's crazy.
Moving walkway. El Elevador de Santa Justa in Lisbon. Early view from the walkway with period dressed gentlemen. Very early 1900s. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. That moving walkway was basically an early version of today's airport. Travelators moving thousands of people along a 3.5 kilometer loop. Paris in 1900 was already thinking about mass transit efficiency before most cities had cars. Let's see.
Yep, there you go.
Wow. 1900, Paris Expedition Universal featured a 3.5 kilometer wooden moving walkway captured on film by Auguste and Louis Lumiere. So, dude, look at,
you know what it really just is? It's like a escalator that's not escalating. It's just moving around. It's a track. Yeah, it's like a little track, and it's just you have your walkways right on top of it. It's a perfect and great idea, and why the hell we haven't been doing it is beyond me.
And you know what's crazy, too? If you notice, I think we're getting to the point, like right here, right as it about to straights out. Watch this. Watch the right side. Where it looks like the street, readjusts. See that?
Yeah, it's because it looks like there's the panels that are interlocked, so it can go around corners and everything. I'm watching it as it goes. Yeah, it's really cool.
And dude, that's 1900. So electric scooters, moving walkways. What else did they have back then? Because they were so crappy at technology, Matrix.
Well, not only that, it's also you got to wonder if that technology was one of those technologies they suppressed, and that's why they, just like the scooter, like what happened to those items between when we're seeing this and 100 years later for us to have the same type of stuff. Why? Maybe because it's old technology they suppressed, waiting for the right time to let us have it, or maybe not give it to us at all. Like going back to those beetle wings. Did you notice that the beetle wings, when you had two just the wings, they were magnetic? There's a reason why they created a gravitational field, because what happens when you have two magnets, everybody? If you try putting them together in one direction, they'll stick, and the other direction, they push apart. It's exactly what you saw with those wings. If you don't know, you can create free electricity just by using magnets. The power of those magnets do that. And so it makes an electromagnetic, or whatever field you want to call it. So put those wings on a beetle, you have two magnets that are flip-flopping on each other. That's probably how that gravitational field works. It's a machine. The beetle's like a machine almost. It's got literal magnetic fields inside its wings. That's wild.
Crazy? It sure is.
That's crazy. And by the way, you brought up the Templar stuff. Guess what all the Templar stuff always ends up going back to? Egypt.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it, bro? Right?
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, let me see. Trying to do this, it's not letting me. Let me see. Yeah, I just love this stuff with like with new tech and old tech or whatever. The idea that we never had anything good, and it's literally laughable to me at this point, dude. It literally is. And they've lied so badly to us too. Like so badly.
Well, over the years, they didn't think their lies would come out. But as we move into the future and we got the internet and we were able to get a hold of each other and do our own research, suddenly all the lies are now coming out. So back then, it was easy for them to hide this stuff. Now, not so easy.
And, you know, people will say, you know, maybe they faked this or whatever. I don't buy that. I mean, especially with all the AI stuff, you have to be very, very careful, right? Nowadays, especially, like you mentioned earlier in the show, like people fake things all the time, and then we have to, you know, is this fake? And it's making our job more difficult because more times than not, people are trying to do this engagement farming crap where they, you know, like I was showing you with Josh Hall earlier. So it really becomes a pain in the keister for sure.
Mm-hmm. You also have videos way back in the day too of a lady on her cell phone. You have all kinds of videos from back in the day that makes you wonder what they really had. So,
yeah, what do you think? I mean, I don't know what to make of the mud flood stuff. Like, to be honest with you, like,
it's real.
So like what I'm saying is, like, we had better technology, and then something due to liquefaction came over and buried the previous technology or the previous whatever.
In a sense, yeah, there was at some point where the mud flood comes into play. I don't know what causes it exactly, but it's a liquefaction event. We've seen it in real life in other countries fairly recently, where there was legitimately a mud flood rolling down the hill and it buried an entire little town. So it does happen. It had to happen on a massive scale. I don't know the exact conditions that cause it, but if you go back in time and you if you watch My Lunch Break, he'll give you a great breakdown. But you find that there's all these cities. I can't give you exact names. All these cities back in the day, though, and you can see it nowadays too. But they dug out the towns. They were legitimately buried under 30, 40, 50 feet of freaking what was mud, which became dirt. They dug the cities out legitimately, and we are founding those cities because we didn't build those cities. Those cities were there before we ever step foot on, let's just call it America, before we step foot on the land. Then they dug the cities out legitimately, and they had a city. Now, to know this, if you go into a city nowadays or anywhere, walk down the street, start looking at those buildings on a downhill slope. You'll notice the windows go from being all the way in the open to slightly in the open to halfway underground to all the way underground. Why the hell would you build a building with windows, let's say 5 windows? The first window's out there in the open. The second window's got partially underground. The third window's got it halfway underground. The fourth window's mostly underground. The last window, for some reason, is now bricked up and underground. What caused that? You didn't build that house that way. It was found that way and dug out, which was by the mud flood. The proof is everywhere. I lived in an old town in Nebraska. Every time I'd walk down the street, you could see it because those buildings would go on a downhill slope. Half the building is actually underground and half the windows would be underground. That makes no sense at all. You don't build a building like that.
No. Like, why would you have half a window
Thank you. Or no window. That's the other part too. Is as the windows go underground, you start seeing them bricked up, half bricked up, 3/4 bricked up. Like, why? There's a road there. At one point, there wasn't, but where the road just didn't show up and get lifted up onto your house. The ground was already that high. It got, or the house was there, then the ground got lifted by the mud flood or covered up by the mud flood, and then again they dug it out, and that's why the houses are, they look flat, but they're for some reason the ground's at an angle, but they put the windows in with the ground at an angle. You can't even build that way. It doesn't even make sense at all. So,
dude, I love this, and I saw this. Let me pop it up. Here we go. I saw this. I don't know if me and Hulk covered it yesterday, that YouTube is getting rid of a bunch of these AI channels that are a bunch of, just mass-produced AI channels. And this one channel that I was watching, I think he has an AI voice to it or whatever. But essentially, in the video during the World Fair in like 1890s or whatever, they had a crew that won the bid to essentially destroy all of the World Fair stuff. And then remember what we were told? Oh, it's plywood and styrofoam and or made of very easy stuff that can be removed quickly. And they said essentially no, it was not. It was like real deal heavy materials that took way longer than they thought it was going to remove all this rubble. And essentially they destroyed it all. Why would you build something that beautiful and then destroy it? Oh, we're done with it, so let's destroy it. Well, how about we use the buildings for something as they look nice, Doesn't make any sense.
And they also they claim they built them as a temporary structure. A temporary structure made of marble and all this other stuff. Yeah, okay. It's old world buildings that we used. We were repopulating the land. That's what we were doing.
Mud flood, half windows. So, I know the tubes will definitely show a lot more of that stuff. Come on. Let's see. Mud flood, half windows. Let's see. David's room flooded. Mud flood. Wow.
Type in mud. Take out the word half. Ooh. Just type in mud flood windows. There you go. That's the video right there. It's going to start showing to you though. There you go. It's a race to Republic though. I think that's one of those videos that are AI. Windows there you go. There's a building right there. That top building right there. Look at that building.
Oh, it's perfect too.
Yeah. See how it's underground and all that? That's it.
Oh, this is debunking mud flood windows, but ground level.
Oh God. Okay. So this one's gonna try and say it's not. That's the retard out there that doesn't understand.
And again, they called it a regrading process. Oh, they're regrading. Oh, really? They're regrading it? It doesn't look like mud that they had brought in. It looks like mud that they're dealing with that got dumped on them, not on purpose.
Here's the thing, though. If you go overseas, you can sit there and try and debunk the mud flood because the stuff over there is quote unquote older. Come over here to the U.S., these buildings that were that claimed to be built in whatever year they were, those buildings are the ones I'm talking about, not necessarily anything overseas, especially like Paris or France or something like that. Place that's been hundreds and hundreds of years being built on top of each other. Those don't count quite as much because those are easier to quote unquote debunk. Come over here to the U.S. where the land's newer, you'll find it way more prevalent out here. So
look at this. Micro burst, a wall. Oof.
What the hell is that?
Storm's micro burst, it called it. But it basically just ripped the whole wall down in the gymnasium. That's crazy. Yeah, we don't understand. I mean, it's a thing called liquefaction, like Matrix was saying earlier, where the point where what it does is it basically makes quicksand out of everything. And everything kind of, any structure just kind of sinks in. And then obviously the soil will go above. What is this, dude? Man risks his life to save truck driver trapped in flooding. Oh, wow. How about open the window and like climb out? What the hell are you doing? This dude's got a hammer, bro. There's somebody in here. He's like tapping the hammer on the thing. It's like, yeah, get that. Dude, go to the side window. Anyway, okay. All right. So, did you want to do your thing on the? Because I'm very interested to hear about the. You want
to hear about the Templars?
I want to hear about them.
All right.
I does.
All right.
Get this
Let's do it.
Do this. Let me stop Sherry. Yes, you can, Sherry.
There we go. All right, so now how I'm about to do this for everybody out there. Number one thing I need to bring up first is what I'm about to put together for you guys. Let's see. If you're not following my Templar series, I've gotten through chapter 7 now with about 50 hours worth of information. So if you have not been to parts 1 through 7, this will not make quite as much sense. If you have been there, this will make total sense. So what I'm going to try to do is give you guys a breakdown that will actually make sense. As you guys see, I have a whole set of tabs here. I only need to go through a handful of them because I'm only going to do certain ones. I'm not going to do all of them. There's no possible way. So where am I going with this? Let me get my also get my Templar thing open. I need some pictures here because I got to make this stuff make sense. All right, so let's see. Where's my newest one? 4, 5, 7. All right, so here's the newest episode right here. So for anybody that might be looking for it, there's the one I put out yesterday right there. We have the Knights Templar chapter 7. So on Thursday on the episode, I did about an hour and a half. Let me get my side over here so everybody can see too. Make sure. Boop, there we go. All right, so on Thursday, I finally got a breakdown of all the information I've been taking in about the Knights Templar. For those out there that are going to be behind, what I'm searching into is not the Masons, not the Illuminati, not the Freemasons. I'm looking into the original Knights Templar, their original missions, what they were all about, what their beliefs were, all of that stuff. And in this journey, it has led me to some crazy things, and I started noticing patterns and things that I could connect to Q. So in this journey, I have a theory, and my theory now is that the white hats themselves are the Knights Templar. Like, the white hats we hear about are the Templars. And I'm starting to think that one of two things is true. Either Donald Trump was asked to run by those Templars, who are the white hats, or Trump is a Templar himself. One of those two things I think are true, based on the information. Now, with that said, let me go into the drops themselves and the information. So one thing you'll need to know is that the Templars are who stemmed the Freemasons, the Masons, the Illuminati, all that stuff, because they were the originals. Now, the Freemasons, very specifically, are the ones that, of course, we know about from our founding fathers. The 53 founding fathers that were Masons weren't just Masons. They were Templars, and they were finishing a job that goes all the way back to 1362 with the Kensington runestone found in Minnesota. It was decoded by Mr. Scott Wolter, which also gave us all kinds of information, including something called the Hooked X, which is a whole nother thing in itself. But where it's leading to is this Kensington runestone was a land claim by the Templars that was placed there in 1362. And the Templars go all the way back to the founding of 1096 and got established in 1118. So I'm going all the way back 1,000 years, basically, or 900 plus years for this information. So where I'm going to start with this is moving forward is our favorite number is 17, everybody. Q. So in this research, there are things about the Masons I know on top of my head. And when I started learning about the Templars stemmed them, finding out about their beliefs, finding out how everything transferred between way back in the day, moving forward, and how things transpired and where the lineages come in. I'm starting to think that though we know the Masons as evil people, it was never meant to be. Because if you go back to the Templars, it has a whole different tradition, a whole different enlightenment, let's just call it, and a whole set of beliefs that will not jive with you Christians out there, let me tell you. So with that said, let's look at one major aspect of time. June 24th, 1717. Yes, the year 1717, and what happened that day? the traditional founding date of the premier Grand Lodge of England. The first Grand Masonic Lodge opened on June 24th, 1717. So right there's my first key, 1717. I'm like, okay, what are the odds that our favorite letter Q is the number 17, and that what I call, I'm not going to call it a Masonic Lodge, I'm calling it a Templar Lodge for my own sake. The Templars' first Grand Lodge is in 1717. Right there has my attention. So what am I going to do with this information? So I'm going to go into the drops. We're going to look at June 24th drops, 1717, 624 to represent the June 24, and so on. And I'm going to utilize Templar information, go into the Q drops, and see if there's any kind of connections I can make to the Templars. All right?
Wait, just really quickly. So before you go on, so the 1717 date just happens to be the year that they first started all of this Masonic Grand Lodge deals?
Yeah, so the Templars began again in 1118, and moving through time, the Masons themselves that stemmed from it, Freemasons and Masons, they had lodges all over, but the first ever Grand Lodge opened in 1717.
That's crazy. And 1118.
Yeah. Oh, don't you say. Yeah. So you don't even try getting ahead of me on this stuff. You're gonna shit when you realize how this connects. You're seriously gonna shit. So here we go. What one thing you have to know too is, what do you do when you go into a quote unquote secret society? You have to. Thank you. You have to take an oath. All right. So there's two dates here that come into play. You see the first one, June 24th. Now, there's a second date that's the exact same date that's very important to the Templars, which is St. John the Baptist. His feast day also falls on June 24th, June 24th. But inside of all this information I've been getting, they also let you know that depending on where you are, that feast day can also fall on June 23rd. So using that information, I did a couple things. So I mentioned June 24th because it's on the screen. I also have to double check June 23rd and 623 as well, simply because they gave us two dates that are the same with two things, and they also added a secondary date to it. So I'm going deep into this. But watch how this all comes together. June 24th. We'll do June 24th first. So again, look at the date. June 24, 1717. How many drops are on June 24th?
Like one of the shootings
17.
Oh my word. Wasn't there something that goes back to the shooting on the 24th? I don't want to take you off track, but just keep going.
I don't know. 17 drops, June 24th. So what I just showed you was the first Grand Lodge opened June 24th, 17. June 24th has 17 drops. What does this is actually the last drop of the day. What's the last drop of the day tell you? Remember your oath.
Oh, boom.
What else is also in these drops? There's a few combinations. I've noticed there's palindromes I have to play when I'm doing Templar searches. If you saw my full breakdown, that'll make sense. But there's a lot of palindromes, and what a palindrome is a number that's the same forwards and backwards. All right. So with that in mind, that'll come into play too. So here's your 17 drops for June 24th, just to match your Grand Lodge opening. You saw the last drop of the day says, remember your oath. Right there off the top gives you the oath that goes to a secret society type thing. Working your way down in here, we're going to have Barack Obama. Also, you had the traitor and a patriot definition. Here is where they start talking to us. You have been selected to help serve your country, never retreat from the battlefield, and it starts telling us what to do. It has our missions. Together we win. Welcome to the digital battlefield. Working our way down, we also have the oath itself. Pause. What date are we looking at? Oh, that's right. The Grand Lodge opening that also has the date we're looking at, June 24th. There's 17 drops on that day. They tell you to remember the oath, and they give you the oath to give. What are the odds? So we literally have take the oath, mission forward. What oath are we taking? I don't know. Now, let's see. What's this one up here? Nope. Oh, actually, no, that is important. This has never been attempted. use of general public to counter the narrative propaganda pushed by the controlled media. I have to link this to my Templars. What has never been attempted is the information they are bringing out now. One of which is the fact that, sorry again for you guys that are not going to handle this information, but that Jesus did not actually die on the cross. He did not actually get resurrected. He actually didn't die. He actually ended up in Scotland with Mary Magdalene and their children. So that information is going to be coming out. Okay, that's the information I've been digging into, and part of this whole church covering things up. So the narrative itself, the propaganda, has been coming from the church all these years. It's their mechanism of control to keep people in fear, and that's a whole nother conversation that goes way deeper. I'm just going to leave it right there so we can keep going. Bottom of the drop says what? Military-civilian alliance. The military, keep hitting that one. The military, there we go. You have your Knights Templar. They were the military order, right? So I'm looking at the Templars as the white hats, the Templars being a military order. Working our way over here, it's a military-civilian alliance. The Templars are now coming out with their information. They're trying not to be as secretive. They're literally trying to give people their secrets legitimately. But at the same time, if you follow the series, the military-civilian alliance run by the white hats, I think the white hats are the Templars. So this right here would refer to the Templars civilian alliance. Work our way forward. We're still on June 24th. We have Obama, Biden. The scale this generates is disproportional enough to distort public perception. If the information of the Templars comes out, it is exactly that. It's going to distort public perception, and the scale of it is ginormous because it also involves the 6 arcs of the covenant that we have possession of in the vaults that are still used by the Templars to this day. I'll leave that part alone, though.
Trump got one?
You mean that one?
It's a replica, right? Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, deep dreaming, young dragonfly. I'll leave that alone, too. That's insider stuff you'd have to know about. Oh, here you go. Secret handshakes, right? You have to be in a secret society, secret handshakes. What do they show us here? But hand symbols, hand symbolism, which is why this is over. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I'm going to kind of go out of order by showing you guys this, but going back to Trump, what are the odds? We have Trump doing Trump doing. Oh, look at the Space Force logo.
Where is this?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I have to. It doesn't matter. Here's why. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Here, you got to hear me out. Why? Here, look. Here you go. Secret handshake. You get a little handshakey. So they have a very specific way they do handshakes. So you're getting a handshake. My whole point, Trump is probably getting the 33rd degree, which is an honorary degree, not a real degree. You get that. You can get that. Anybody can get it. You just get offered it. Shaquille O'Neal has a 33rd degree honorary position. It means he had to do the same thing.
Oh, that's
right.
right.
So. Yeah, so here's my point. Now let's roll backwards. Look what Trump's doing while he's there. Look at that symbol. We all know that symbol, don't we?
That's a heart.
Well, we're going to go a little deeper with it. Yeah, we're going to go a little deeper, though. Even deeper. So let me find my right picture. Where are they? Uh-oh, did I not save them in the right place? This will work. I'm going to show you a Templar flag, okay? Here's one. That's not the one I'm going to utilize, though. Here's 2. Again, not the one I'm going to utilize. There's one, the main one people know. And then there's old school ones, which I don't know. Oh, there it is. I found the one with all of them. Here, but this is the one I was looking for. So here's multiple flags right here. And the one I'm going to point out to make it simple, I'll just use this one here in the middle. Here's one of their battle flags. This is called a Rose Cross. Rosicrucian, Rose Cross. I can go with many different names, but what I'm going to show you guys here is the cross here, when you put it in this way, becomes a very just special looking symbol. When you do this and you go down and you put just the top piece of the cross, suddenly it starts looking like something else. maybe like a Space Force logo. And if you take 4 Space Force logos and you put them around like this, what do you get? With a Templar logo. Legitimately. Now, here's what else is crazy. Here's all the pictures of all the different logos. Look at this one. You've seen that one before. I know you have.
And what's his name have it on his chest?
Hello, Pete Hegseth.
Lucky guess.
So, our Secretary of War has a Templar tattoo on his chest. The Space Force symbol is the top cross piece of the cross symbol. And when Trump is getting this done, he also has what in his hands? But the same damn symbol. Is he giving us the Space Force symbol, or is he actually giving us a Templar symbol? And I ask you that because Hegseth is our Secretary of War, who are the Knights Templar, but the military wing. Hegseth has that on his chest, bro.
Sure does.
All right. Sorry, so let's move further now. And still in the drops today, here's your hand signals. Again, we're on June 24th. What is this? The date of the first Grand Lodge opening. We're still on that day. Honor bound, where we go one, we go all. Shall we play a game once more? Who are the ultimate chess players? I would personally say that it's the Templars, because the information and the things they've been hiding and leaving in vaults for so long, hiding it from the Vatican, hiding it from the evil people in order to, at the right time, bring the information out. They are the ultimate chess players.
Dude,
so,
can I interrupt you for a second? And you're going to love this. You'll absolutely
go for
this. Where's the best way to send you a link? In the Zoom chat, maybe?
Yeah, that's and actually I have the screen fully.
It's all right.
Can
I can send it to you. I can send it to you. MatrixQdeBreaker. Wait, where is the host tools more? How come I can't send you a message in here? I will send it to your text then.
Yep, that's fine.
You're gonna love this. Wait, where the hell?
I can go from my phone to my computer real quick. So
you're gonna love this because I'm like, wait, this video looks fake and it's gay and okay, but there you go. I just sent it to you. You can pop that up for a second, and because it's crystal clear, crystal clear.
Okay, give me a second. Copy.
It's essentially what they're saying is because somebody was poo-pooing Whiplash, like I was like, wait, where'd you get this video? Because I'd seen it before, and to be honest with you, I kind of poo-pooed it. And then somebody underneath says, what was their exact quote? This is from Donald Trump's honorary degree ceremony, Doctor of Business Administration at Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen, where? Scotland.
No! Dude,
Came outfit,
that's
right?
just proved. Dude, you proved my point. Okay. So, now you
You're going to love it.
No, that's perfect because that's the thing is being in Scotland. Okay.
Yep.
Give me a second. I got to get myself reorganized now.
But just for everybody else out there, because I personally thought for a while, I thought that video going around was fake. And apparently I just verified that it is real. And thank you to the person who posted that on X.
Honorary.
Who was
honorary.
Yeah, it's an honorary thing. So that's crazy, dude.
So, why is that so important? The honorary degree given to Trump, that proved my point that I'm right about it. Now, where do the Knights Templar, their main lineage that will go back in time for, where Jesus himself ended up, is guess where? Same place where golf was invented. Same place where Trump owns some golf courses. And the same place you just told us that this took place in Scotland. 100% Scotland. That's where it derives from. That's why you have the Scottish Rite. Bro.
Yeah,
come on, man.
And dude, I had seen some older ones where they were talking about History Channel type of stuff. So take that for what it's worth. But like they were saying, Mary Magdalene, went to France, I think, Avignon maybe or somewhere around there. But some of
that's where they stopped. Yes, no, you're right. They stopped in France and they ended up in Scotland. They ended in Scotland. Yes. So I'm trying to get this to a point so I can get a picture for you guys. Here you go. Boom, there he is. All right, so let me get a screenshot so I can have this.
I happen to tell you where I thought I was French on one side of my family, but did I tell you what both sides of my family happen to be?
If you tell me Scottish, I'm gonna shit.
Start shitting yourself because
oh no.
Apparently both sides of my family went from Scotland to Nova Scotia, because Nova Scotia, I learned after finding this out, Nova Scotia means New Scotland.
New Scotland. Yep.
And both
100%.
sides of my family went from Scotland to Nova Scotia to Rhode Island, which is weird, right? But apparently that's what a lot of them found that, that route. And as certain areas filled out, they went to different areas or whatever. But yeah, both sides of my family are Scottish. We're Scottish.
Dude, oh shit. All right, we're gonna have a conversation after this then. So you see this is my combination. You see Trump right here?
Mm-hmm.
That look familiar?
Yeah. The JFK Jr.
No. Look at the magician, bro. Look what he's doing. Magician. He's the magician. He's also wearing, what colors are these?
Red and white. I think they're red and white anyway.
What color is the Templar color?
Oh,
red
and white.
Cross. Yes, the red cross. The magician. The 33rd degree honorary degree, bro. And it happened in Scotland, bro. Oh, boy. All right, so let's keep it going. We got to keep this going here. We got to keep it rolling. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I am saving you now. Let's see. Where was I? Right here. Okay. Shall we play a game once more? So we're still on June 24th. We got to make it through all these. These are all important. Throw us a bone, Q. We've been waiting for what seems like an eternity. What's going on? It had to be done this way. Well, we've been waiting for an eternity as well. And so if the Templars to bring out their information, we found out back in the late 1800s, they actually had the ability to bring out a bunch of the information, except for missing some pieces, but a bunch of it could have been brought out. And they were like, there's no possible way we can do this right now because society would basically collapse. All right. So we've been waiting a long time for this. So have they. But it had to be done this way because timing is everything. Last one of the day is, are you ready to serve your country once again? Remember your oath. And what are we doing? We're looking at the date for the first Grand Lodge on a date that had 17 posts for June 24th. Go back to the top to prove it. Boom. There's your first link right there. Now, link number 2, I'm going to make this real quick, is June 23rd being the secondary date they added to it for the, so it's not just the Grand Lodge, it's also St. John the Baptist's feast day, which also falls into June 23rd. So let's go to June 23rd, and we have Remember Your Oath. So that's interesting. Now, let's move forward now to more information. Let me get my right pictures up here. You need to know... see, you need this one here we're going to do. All right, so when did the Templars get taken down? It was Friday the 13th, October the 13th, 1307. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at drop 1013 for the date and also 1307 for the year and see if I can find any kind of comparisons to the Knights Templar. Now, what happened on Friday the 13th, 1307 is they were rounded up, right? Now, remember, they're a military order. They were rounded up, and then by 1314, the ones that were left were burned at the stake in 1314. But this is the date they were rounded up. This is the date that went down in infamy. So let's do 1013, the date they were taken down. Drop 1013 is April 4th, 2018. And I'm just going to go to the part that matters the most. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. 1013 to match Friday the 13th. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten, which is true because Jacques de Molay The Grand Master stayed behind and got tortured for 7 years along with his buddies and had, well, they got burned. He didn't just get burned at the stake. He was roasted at the stake to make sure he suffered longer. So trust me when I say their sacrifice will never be forgotten. So next up would be the date, the year it happened, 1307. Let's look at drop 1307. 1307 is April 30, 2018. So, oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that. I did something wrong, wrong direction. Anyway, knowing what you know now. Now, this is going to be more for us that's been watching the Templar series because we have more information built into us. But knowing what we know now, Israel disclosure moments ago, authentic. Now, pause. What information are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about the Knights Templar. Well, what happened to the Knights Templar? What were they doing? Well, they went to Israel, they went to Jerusalem, they went to the temple, and they got all the artifacts, including the bones of Jesus, which would be authentic Israel disclosure. Now, disclosure from the Templars is literally coming out right now. So the combination of that hitting is ridiculous. Now, pause. Now we got to go backwards a little bit because I actually should have done these two first. We did June 24th. We also still need to do 6/24. And then the year was 1717. I still got to show you 1717 as well. So with that, after we just read all these drops for June 24th, and I kind of broke them down for you. Now, when you look at 6/24 to go with it, you get catch and relief, safety and security, coincidence, but pause. Here's the important line. Have you learned how to read the message? What was the message? Well, we utilized the date of the first Grand Lodge that was in 1717. The date itself, June 24th, had 17 drops that ended with, remember your oath. So we have the combination. So we're starting to read the message. Then they actually gave us the oath, and we had to say the oath for the same day as, well, the Grand Lodge that does the oath. So I think we're starting to read the message. We're learning how to read it. So then we go to 1717, which would be, of course, 6/24 is your date. Now we're going to the year 1717. Do you understand what is happening? Think optics. Who are running our optics? Our white hats. Who are the white hats? The Knights Templar. When was the first Grand Lodge? 1717. Now here's the date is also built into this too. 1717's right. The date was 6/24. We're looking at drop 6/24. I'm sorry, the year 1717 in the drop right here. Look at the timestamp. 4224. Take the zero out. Not only is your palindrome, I told you that palindromes keeps coming to play every time I have this, but do 4 plus 2 is 6/24. 6/24, 1717, which is the exact date for the Templars, or the Grand Lodge, sorry. So there's your combination there. So you have 6/24. Have you learned how to read the message? Yes, we have. The people that are doing the optics, we understand what is happening with their numbers and stuff built in. You have their sacrifice will never be forgotten based on the date they were taken out. And then, of course, you have where they got their information from and where it's going to come from for the date they were taken out officially. All of it connecting. Now we got to go forward. Mason is in the drops too. Mason is in 5 drops. There's a very specific drop I'm going to be going to, which is one of them, which is drop number 1630. Reason why is one single thing. Look at that timestamp.
Mm-hmm. June 23rd, June 24th.
So wait, Mason, Masonic Lodge, 6/24. Also add in 6/23 because of the feast day. And then suddenly Mason is what? Oh, both dates.
Can you imagine what kind of program they had to? It had to be AI, like a super AI, before they released it out to us to like set all of this up, because there's no way any human could prepare these the way they did.
No, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, so now we got to go back real quick. We're going back to June 24th drops because I brought up to this. There it is. Shall we play a game once more, right? I also brought up they are the master chess players. All right, so let's go to, we're going to search for the word knights. Guess how many drops there are with knights?
Knights with a K?
Yep.
Oh, God, let me see. I'm trying to remember. Knights with a K.
1.
Yeah, I was thinking there could be. I was going to say 0, to be honest with you, but.
How about a nice game of chess? Now, who are the master chess players? I brought it up earlier for a reason. The Knights Templar. They're the masters of hiding things. Objective end. Checkmate king. Now, let me show you the Templar mission to show you how on point this is. The Templar mission. The mission to establish a free Templar state in the New World, a place of freedom from monarchy and church persecution. So no kings, no church persecution in the New World was their entire mission. What's it say here? Knights Templar, playing chess. Objective end is checkmate the monarchy. What did Trump just do? Now, do you attack the king at the beginning of the game? Do you attack and remove pawns first? Do you attack and remove bishop, rooks, and there's your knights next? Do you attack and remove the queen mid to end? Yeah, it works your way down at this time. So I don't got to go through the entire thing, but here's one part that's important. Do emotions affect critical thinking? I went into the series not knowing how people would react to all the stuff that gets uncovered because of the religious beliefs of people. And I thought I was going to lose a whole lot of people. And it turns out it has been my most successful series, shows ever. And I went into it telling everybody to do not come with emotions. You better leave them at the door because if you come in with emotion, I'm going to hurt your fucking feelings. I promise. So,
well, dude, before you go off this one, I actually like that middle line there where it says the knight's next because I played chess with my son quite a bit. And for me, I would want to keep a rook. I would want to lose, personally, I would want to lose in order. You can use knights and be very effective, but I would want to lose the rook probably last in that line. So for me, personally, it would be knights, bishops, and rooks. But it's interesting that they laid it out. Do you attack and remove bishops, rooks, and then it says, comma, knights next. So I don't know if that meant anything there, but I thought it was interesting the way it was laid out. But also, just to be clear, there are people, grandmasters that can crush people with simply using knights only. So not to say that they're not useful, but just my personal opinion. I value rooks and bishops more than knights.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. This is seriously just going to always take longer than I expected to. I guess next up. All right, yeah, we'll go to this. So the vaults. This is information that you have to be in the series to know. I got to give you this information. What we learned is that there were 7 vaults inside the U.S. or in North America that the Templars put out and put things in a long time ago. And we're going even before Christopher Columbus ever set foot here. All right. Now, 7 vaults. When you search vault in the drops, you have 8 drops. But what are the drops? They're called Vault 7.
The WikiLeaks one.
Not only. Yeah, Vault 7. Who leaked Vault 7 to WikiLeaks? Think about that sentence. Who has everything? Who has control? Who leaked it? I'm saying it was the Templars. How many vaults did the Templars have? 7. Who'd they leak it to? Julian Assange. Why? Because he was able to get the information out, and it had to be done this way because you can't just tell people the truth. You must show them. That's the time period we're currently in. Again, 7 vaults. This is your vault search, right? Here's your first drop you see, drop 836. There's something special about this drop. Going back to our drops on June 24th, I showed you guys something that was kind of special. Let me get down to it. Here we go. For that day, we had drop 4510, which has mission 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only got 5 of them. Yeah, I've got 5 missions right there, okay? Now we move forward to what I just said, Vault. What do we have under Vault, which is Vault 7? I linked to the Templars, but, mission 1, mission 2, mission 3, mission 4, mission 5, mission 6, I'm telling you. And look at the date. Look at the date you gave me about the other guy. 1/17 was the date you gave us for the guy that came out before Trump took office that said that the real Jack Ryan. Yeah. 1/17 is your date. Look at the date you got right here, 1/17.
Wow, 2013 timeline of events. Oof.
Okay, so there's your Vault 7. So I got to keep on cruising through this here. Let's see. Sacred.
Right, cook right along, dude. I'm just going to be about 45 seconds or a minute. I'm just going to take a quick excursion to the boys' room. Men's.
Okay, no, you're good. Oh, you're not going to want to miss this, but you're good. I'll do this one here. Okay, so now let's do wrong one. I got to do the one with the years in it. Let's see. Go. All right, so now we have a few years. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, is it 69? Yeah, it is 1769. Okay, so with this one here, 1769 is another year in the timeline for the Templars. It's final preparations with Abington, with Ben Franklin, and William Ball. Now, what we learned about this in the episodes is that what happened in this year was that the Templars actually had gone to Oak Island to pick up the treasure in order to fund the Revolutionary War, which is why I freaked out earlier when Spaceshot read the American Revolution earlier with the same numbers of the date of 117 inside of what he read. So 1769 is the year they went to Oak Island and took the treasure, most of it, there's still some left in there, and used it to fund the Revolutionary War. So I go to drop 1769 to see, again, just to see if I'm going to be able to see anything that connects to the Templars. And again, for those out there that aren't used to this stuff, one of the things that I've learned with the Templar digs is they are QAnon related, and they talk to us. They talk about the oath. It's directed at us. So I go to drop 1769 to go, the year they went and got the treasure, you get QAnon searches. So it's more links to actually what the, what's the word I'm looking for? The pattern that they have to them. It goes to more QAnon stuff. And it says, feel proud, autists, anons, and patriots. You did this. You are taking back control. You have the power. Stay the course. And of course, what is part of the Templar mission is to be free. We are part of that mission. So that one definitely hits, especially with the QAnon link as well. Next up is 1368, which is actually not on this list here. It actually skips it. So I don't have a visual, I don't think, for 1368, do I? Now, and this is where watching the show directly is actually where it comes into play, but they bring up 1368 as a very special year, and I can't even tell you the exact reason, but I have this drop open for a reason, because inside this drop is two major things that hit. One, it's drop 1368 is Eyes Wide Open. Back in 1998 or 9, there was a movie that came out that was his last movie, Stanley Kubrick, the same guy that filmed the moon landings that weren't real. The movie was called Eyes Wide Shut. And what was he doing? He was telling you guys about the secret societies, interestingly enough. Now, Eyes Wide Open, in my opinion, based on what I just said, would refer to them opening our eyes to what they've been doing. Trump, JFK, all those people didn't like secret societies. We know that. We have one secret society I'm looking into that wants to, I don't have a better term, but come out the closet and not be as secretive and give people the secrets they've been hiding, which would be Eyes Wide Open. Now, why is that so important to me is because of the year being 1368. The drop number is 1368. So those two match. Again, I don't remember the exact reason for 1368, what exactly happened, but it was something special. Look at the timestamp up here. The timestamp, let me blow it up for you guys in case you're on a phone. Timestamp is 11/18. And it just so happens that since we're talking about Eyes Wide Open, which is the open secrets coming out, 11/18 is the founding of the first Crusaders and the official founding of the Knights Templar. Eyes Wide Open. 1118. Timestamp 1118. And it actually is a palindrome, by the way, right here. There's your palindromes I was telling you about. They don't end. Now, let's see. There's where they start. All right, so now we're going to get into the finale of this thing. Spaceshot, are you back? All right, I can't start this until Space Shot's back. I'm not going to do this without him because he has to see this piece. So let me see if you go backward. What we hit on? We hit this. We've hit June 24, 1717. We hit the June 23rd drops, which has Remember Your Oath. June 24th drops, which is the date in which the Grand Lodge opened. You have also Remember Your Oath and the actual oath that Q gives us. Boom. Ready to serve your country once again. Leading up, Space Shot, let me know if you're back. All right, we're going to start without him. I ain't going to wait. All right, now we got to move on to 1118 itself. So I just showed you guys the timestamp that had 1118, and now I got to go into the slew of 1118s that combine with this. And again, this is the most important part because this is the founding of the Knights Templar. 1118 is the number that is going to become so important, it's retarded. All right, starting us off, don't forget, we just had the timestamp of 11 with the palindrome. There's the first set of numbers. Now we're going to go to the actual drop number 1118. So with 1118, there's something very special about this that I can't even get over, is the fact that that's the year the Templars were founded, yes, but we're talking about Donald Trump being connected to it. We talked about it earlier when we showed you this. And then the fact that this was done in Scotland, that just blew my mind. Didn't realize that. Well, when you go to drop 1118, if you guys didn't know, Trump's initials is 41020 or DJT. 41020 represents the numbers for the letters DJT. And look at the date that the drop 1118 falls on. It falls on 41020 18. So you have 4, 10, and 20, and you have your 18, and that's drop 1118 to match what? When the founding of the Templars. Bro, what the hell? And not only that, it's Christmas for your timestamp.
Oh.
Now, what's in this drop is hard for me to try and describe to people other than just saying that it does make sense to me. But here it is. Talking about starting large-scale exports to North America and Europe. What did these guys do was bring over the big treasures from Europe to the United States or North America. So literally large-scale exports. What's this? Oh, that's right. We're talking about the founding year of the Templars. And what's the date? Or what's the date? 41020. Or 1020.
Keep it there for 1 second. That video there of that. Do you know what that video says? When you click on it on YouTube, it says Donald Trump never give up. I thought that was just an interesting point.
Interesting. All right, so here we go. Now that you're here, 1368. If you missed it, it says eyes wide open instead of eyes wide shut. Look at the timestamp. It's got a palindrome with our 1118 all the way across it, right? So there's your 1118 founding of the Templars. Now we move forward. 1118 had 41020. There's your DJT. And then you had your exports to America. Large scale. There's your treasures. Now let's do 1118. Remember? 1118. America will be unified again. Future proves past. The founding fathers of our country were Templars. The founding of the Knights Templar is 1118. 1118, America will be unified again. Future proves past.
That's crazy.
Drop 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. We are an existential threat to the establishment. Who is? The Templars, because they have what will take the church down. Trusting the plan. Guess what? America will be unified again. When? 1118. Founding of the Templars.
Boom. That's crazy.
Next up. Oh, we're not done. 856. 1118. A parade that will never be forgotten. What year are we in? The year of the
2026.
250.
Yep.
The year that the parade will never be forgotten. 11/11/18, the founding of the Knights Templar. Do you guys see this? It's connecting. Ask yourself why. God bless our brave men and women in uniform. We will never forget. What did I tell you about the founding? They're Templars. They are the Knights. They are the military order, and we will never forget. What will we never forget? What I showed you in the beginning? 1717. Oh, no. Which one is it? There it is. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten, which came from what? 1013, the date they were burned at the stake. Now you're moving forward. We have America will be unified again. God bless our brave men and women in uniform. What uniforms are they in? But the white robes with the red cross on them. We will never forget. What will we never forget? When they were taken out in 1307, when they were mass arrest and suppressed. All linking back to them again. Now pause, let's go further. Now we have 11/11/18, a different way. How many different ways can we have 11/11/18 in our drops right now? A world united is a beautiful thing. People are inherently good. We stand together. The world united is a beautiful thing, is what their whole thing was, is having a place of freedom, free of the church, free of persecution. What happened to 11/11/18, a unified America, Unified America Day, you disgusting liar fraud? Answer us. Answer, Freddie, you fucking faggot. So, of course, then you have, this is, here's the response from Q, though. Now, remember, what are we reading here? We're doing this for the 11/11/18. The 11/11/18 is for the founding of the Templars. What do we have down here? Think waves, worldwide, define unified. 17 in the kill brackets, 17 in the kill brackets. What was 17? 17? Oh, geez, that's right. The founding of the first fucking lodge. Dude, what is happening? Just what is happening? Do you believe in coincidences? No. No. Do you believe your efforts here to persuade people to stop the pursuit of truth? No. There's a place for everyone. So there's a lot of 11/11/18s that do some connecting, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I officially have the end piece to put it all together to prove my point that the Q drops, that Trump are all linked to the Templars and the Templars are the white hats. Last piece of the puzzle. You can't make this stuff up. Piece number one. Do you happen to know the date in which Trump bought the rights to Truth Social?
Oh, I did. I forgot what it was, but it was like, wasn't it 2014 or something like that? It was a long time ago. I know that.
The date is 11/18. 11/18/2011. 11/18/11. 11/18/11. Hang on, I'm gonna keep saying it. 11/18/11. We've seen these numbers before. 11/18/11. 11/18/11. They're everywhere. Why are they everywhere? Because it's the founding of the Knights Templar, the founding of our country, our founding fathers, our Templars. Now, where am I going with this? Trump bought the rights to Truth Social on 11/18/11, which matches the year the Templars were founded. If I go forward in time, I gave you dates earlier to start with, right? June 23rd for the feast day for St. John the Baptist, and June 24th, which is Remember Your Oath, the Grand Lodge opening, correct? So if I go from when Trump bought True Social, our same numbers, and you go to the feast day, and then I'll go to the Templar, or the Grand Lodge day, take a wild fucking guess of where this connects to. So 11/18/2011 until June 23rd feast day, 4966. Where have I seen that number before? How many drops are there? Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, that's right. There's exactly 4966 drops.
Damn, lucky guess I got, huh? I was like, wasn't that how many drops there were? What the freak?
Now, here's the thing, though. That's just to the St. John the Baptist day. We missed off the Templar day by one. So let's go ahead and go to the Templar day. Now, going to the drops, we know one special thing. There's 4966 of them. But when you go to the beginning, there's one drop that doesn't have a number. Drop number 0. Drop number 1 is a reply to a drop. This is your first drop. And this drop doesn't have a number. So really, when you look at the drops, there's not 4966, there's 4967. So now let's go to the date and let's do Trump I and Truth Social, which is the date 11/18 Lodge. 4967, the exact amount of drops there are. I rest my fucking case.
That's killer, dude. Yeah, that seems like there's too many, what's that word? Coincidences. And what were we told about coincidences? I think they said that there are none.
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 How many times do they tell us? 9 times, no coincidences. None.
That is crazy.
I rest my case. I believe Trump is either a Templar or he was asked by the Templars to run, and you guys officially see why.
Yeah. How many more did you complete your series on that, or do you have more shows to go?
This show's never going to end. It's about learning about the Templars. The show's not going to end. I plan on doing basically, right now it's one show a week plus. It's going to slow down significantly soon because I don't want the information to be the same exact information over and over. I want to keep it more on the fresh side, and I've gone through 50 hours plus worth of information already. So, I mean, there's only going to be so much. So it'll slow down, but it'll also not end. That's the whole thing. It just won't be quite as often as all.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, very cool too. And I saw some people saying like questions like, "Well, what does that mean about our Christianity and stuff like that going forward?" Do we make
I can answer that. No, okay. So there's a difference between the way the Templars see Christianity and the way that it's given to us. Okay, so Jesus was a real person. He was a teacher, and when it came to dying on the cross, he didn't die on the cross. He ended up in Scotland. Okay, now for Christianity, where it comes into play is that the secret is that, and why the Templars were taken down wasn't just because of their power, wasn't just because of the banking system, and they had more power than anybody on earth. It was also because they held one special thing over everybody. The people that really ran the world was the church. What was the one thing that could take the church down would be the truth about what they lied about the most, which would be the death and resurrection and the pure divinity of a person known as Jesus. That's the secret the Templars are holding. And the fact that Jesus was actually he's not Jesus from Nazareth. He's Jesus the Nazarene, which is a different thing. It's a sect. It's a form of Gnosticism that's not Christianity. He wasn't here to save people. He was here to help teach people to get back to where humans should be, which is called the Christ consciousness. So their beliefs go as far as Tim Hogan is whatever. He's the 33rd Grandmaster of the Templars currently right now, where lots of my information is coming from. He says he doesn't have a personal problem with the New Testament, but it doesn't give all the information. We've also learned that the Bible, if you want to learn about Jesus, you don't even go to the Bible. You're not going to get the information from the Bible. For the real teachings of Jesus, the closest you're going to get is by the teachings of the way the Templars were taught, because what Jesus really taught was dualism, male and female being equal, which is why Jesus married Mary and had kids, which is where the hooked X comes into play. And the church's secret of hiding that aspect and saying everything was purely divine has led people down not a bad path, but they weren't telling the truth is the biggest problem with it. If people just could handle the truth about what really happened in the real story, I think it'll help a lot more people out, because the religious aspect coming from the Vatican has been a control mechanism for thousands of years. And it was come up with in 325 AD at the Council of Nicaea when they took all of the dogma, put it into one book and agreed on it and said, this is the way it's going to go. And now we're going to make everybody in the world believe what we say or else. Hence the Crusades.
Yeah, it's definitely wild to think about. And I just want to touch on, because I see Bamlo, I think it was Bamlo, had a question in the chat here. I think it was. I don't want to give it a false thing. Yeah, Bamlo was saying, "Oh, where's post 4966? I only 4967. I only see 66." So what he was mentioning earlier is when you flip this upside down, you basically have Hillary Clinton will be arrested between 7:45, whatever, Monday, the post. So this is actually a post, right? And this one post right here is like a response to the post. And we don't know if this is an anon or whoever, but most of the time I think the team actually were inserting these things so that they could respond to them. So what he's saying essentially here is you have two posts within this first post. This is the first post, really. They never label it a number, and that's the first post, but it's really the second post. So 2 is 3, 3 is 4, etc. And as you go down the timelines, 49, 60, 67.
Yeah, so I to make it simple for you guys out there, I call it as well drop 0. That way you don't have to get confused about the drops. But in reality, if you finish the drops at 4966, 0 doesn't count as a number. So is there really 4966 or is there actually 4967? That's why I broke it down the way I did, to give you both representations and both of them hit as well.
Exactly. And two, I see Athel Flayed, I think is the name, says Mary Magdalene, the Order of the Blue Rose. Melania is in this woman's secret society.
Oh!
And again, I don't know yes or no on that, dude. But do you remember Kim Clement talking about how even like the what do you call it, the oh geez, what are they called over there in Mexico? The cartels. Even the cartels would be afraid of this woman whose eyes were like magic, like she had diamonds for eyes or almonds for eyes. And I was like, sounds to me now like she's talking about Melania. I don't know.
That'd be interesting. And here's the thing: I'm not going to lie. In the research so far, I haven't even brought Melania or a thought of Melania into it. So that's really good information. Whoever said that, that's interesting. I need to look into that.
Woman,
Blue Rose. I'm gonna write that down. I need to look into that.
Woman with
I don't know anything about
eyes.
that one.
The
you said it was called what? Blue what? Blue Rose. Blue Rose.
Yep, Blue Rose. And this is so crazy because they're basically, a lot of people are putting this on like so unfortunately, take this, let me see. Take this, I don't know if this will work here. Hold on. There are those who are in a strong position. Just hearing this now. Let me see here. Supreme Court, embarrassment, righteousness, endeavor to hear me this day. Okay. The reason I didn't want to pull the one I'm pulling up now is because they're placing Erica Kirk in that position instead of right here.
Oh, instead of Melania?
Yeah.
Really?
So I'm gonna play this just because they're putting her picture over it. So I'm gonna unmute this tab and let you hear what Kim Clement was saying without the extra of having an image, so you guys can put whatever image that you guys think to it.
God says, listen to me.
Oof, wow.
As the beginning of the restoration, as it begins, there shall be a woman that shall rise up. A woman that shall be strong in faith, virtuous, beautiful in eyes, and her eyes shall be so beautiful. I shall be round and big. I have crowned her, says the Lord, as I crowned Esther. The people shall receive her. She shall have the oil of gladness for the pain and the mourning that has taken place. And she shall pour out the oil. Is there some oil here, please, Marty? Some oil. She shall pour out the oil on this nation. And God says healing shall begin, and then it shall flow rapidly. Schools will be free from potential damage and danger, shootings and murder, drug addiction. Cartels shall be afraid of a woman.
Of
a woman anointed by God. A woman set aside. And God says they will say we hated her, but now we love her.
Hated her.
For she shall take the oil of healing and she shall pour it upon the scars of those left and those right.
Those left and those right. So again, I'll just show you guys really quick what was being shown on there. This is what was being shown to the left, which I didn't want to put out there because virtuous, I don't know. Again, I'm just not one of those people that's buying anything to do with that Charlie Kirk situation at all. But Melania, she does have some crazy eyes. And yeah, Erica Kirk's got some crazy eyes too, but I don't know about virtuous.
No. Here's one thing though. Where does the hating Melania come in? Are we just talking about the lefty weirdos? Because like they're the only ones that don't like her. Like everybody likes her other than the lefties.
That would be my guess. But I mean, you could say the same for both sides with Erica, I guess at this point. Some on both sides.
Well, no, I'm on this side, and no, Erica Kirk is evil. I don't care what anybody says. She's evil.
Was that video real that I saw that somebody put up where she was like just literally staring at the screen and like sighing for an extended period, like almost like she was growling at the screen, or did somebody make that one up? Somebody told me it was legit. I didn't see it. I didn't see the actual video myself, but it was very cringy, and she was like looking at this, staring at the screen. It was very cringe. Let me see.
Yeah, exactly. Erica Kirk is fake and phony. That's what I'm saying. The crocodile tears, the way she whispers, and how she yells at everybody. How could you? How dare you? She's like seriously Greta Part 2.
Is this real, dude? Because this is what somebody said it was, and I didn't see it myself. BB React videos. Let's see. This person posted it up. Staring at camera, crazy lady, angry, pissed. Is this fake?
Scroll up. I couldn't see it.
Looks like she's trying to push out a bad shit. I don't know what this is. Again, I forgot who I asked during the time, and they were like, "Yeah, it's actually real." I also don't hear that fake AI ambient noise that's always being played whenever they make an AI video. There's always like some sort of ambient noise being played. But again, did anybody see this? Is this genuine? What? And to me, her nose doesn't seem like it's close enough to the camera to make that type of noise. Because if I was doing the same thing, I'm at the same distance away right now, breathing out of my nose.
Well, I sound like that.
But if I get closer like this, like right up to it. But I don't know.
No, you sounded further away when you did that.
I don't know what that is, so I'm defaulting to the chat. Did anybody see that? Is that real?
Yeah, I don't know.
Antifa, she's 2.0. Erica, traffic chill. I mean,
yeah.
Again, there's a lot of stuff that gets thrown around, right? And I cannot verify any. Like, we know that she worked in some orphanage in wherever it was. Was it Serbia? I forget what country it was, but I couldn't find anything to legitimately back up that she got like removed from that place because of A, B, and C. But people just spit it out there all the time. And again, I'm not saying she did or didn't, but I don't have anything myself personally that can back up what is being said about that orphanage personally. So I don't know. You find anything on that, or did you ever dig into it?
Oh no, no, I'm not even gonna try digging into it because everything's been so convoluted.
Romania,
and then of course, yeah, Romania. That's it. And
thank you. OC.
Put it like this: I don't watch Candace Owens and all that, but of course, I end up hearing certain things she says. She got the whole ball rolling with all that crap, in my opinion. But here's the thing: just look at the situation with Charlie Kirk. How she reacted with it. Take out all the other stuff. How she reacted to it all. How right beforehand she said she put out the whatever Bible verse it was, 461 or whatever. It says what makes a great movie or a good movie, great actors, the Follow the Wives stuff, the Valhalla stuff. When you just put all of that in there, it sure to hell seems like Charlie was actually pulled away and given protection that's not necessarily from Israel, but from her. because she seems to be having connections to Israel. That's just me.
Dude, what about this one too? I thought this one was extra poor taste, so just really quickly.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
I want to get another stupid strike, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Nicki Minaj was like one of the first women or first people Erica Kirk brought on stage with her for any event. If I could be wrong, but here it is. She's not a good role model for women. And my Charlie died. My Charlie, I love my Charlie. And he said Nicki Minaj is not a good role model. So why don't I wait till he dies and then bring Nicki Minaj on stage first and foremost? I mean, dude, that just rings like a slap in the face at my point.
I didn't know anything about this. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah. Same Nicki Minaj who was just interviewed by his wife Erica Kirk at the Turning Point Conference, and literally it was like, I believe it was one of the first events that they ever had. Guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I do not mind being corrected. I like the facts being out there. Pure Vocator says she was the first. Yes. Yeah. Overbuilt automotive. She's just another worldly old whore, in my opinion. 1776 Texan. Nasty hose. Wheezy says sick. Oh my word. But yeah, it's just cringy. And again, I'm still not buying anything along the lines of the official narrative of whatever they're saying there. Like, Charlie, I could buy maybe he got shot by something smaller. And then again, I don't even know. I can't prove he legitimately was hit, because why not put the footage out, even if it's showing blood or whatever it's showing? And again, the first image that I saw of him being shot, I remember right where I was standing, right when I was at work, and I go, the first thing I said, the second I looked at it, I go, damn, that's a lot of blood. I'm like, wait, why is that blood coming out like it's a faucet? Which it would not come out like that. And no, I'm not a soldier or a doctor, but I've heard many that have commented on it, and they say that it would kind of come out like spurt, 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 like beating kind of with your heart. It wouldn't just kind of go bleh, like a faucet. It would kind of go bleh, bleh.
Here's my other question to what you just said too. With as much blood as we saw come out, when they were carrying the quote unquote body to the car, somebody want to explain to me why there wasn't a single drop of blood on those all white shoes you had on, even though those shoes were directly below that neck that was gushing blood? I'll wait.
Because they're that good, dude. And I just had to pin a comment from my brother D Starboy, hilarious, and he said it in the nomenclature that I would. So I'm gonna spell it out for you, then I'll say it for you. SHEEEEEZA space HOOWA. She's a whore.
Oh,
she's a whore. And again, dude, does anybody ever? Not that I want to, but has anybody ever seen the pictures of her kids? Was that real? Like, was their marriage a whole fake thing? Like, these are questions we should genuinely be asking out there, right?
Yeah. Wait, what? Apparently, there's a song by Nicki Minaj called "Bees in a Trap."
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the trap.
Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap.
Think about it. Bees. Trump. Bees.
This was a few years old though, for sure. Did you see the one she did with Elon?
Wait, hang on. Think about what you just said. Think about what you just said. This was a couple years ago. What does that? That does not make any difference. If Nicki Minaj has gotten pulled up on stage and pulled into the White House by Trump, this was set up a long time ago.
It's
meaning
possible.
the song "Bees in a Trap" might not have been just a song called "Bees in a Trap." You never know. That's why I'm saying it. What we say earlier. This was in the news today, but it happened a year ago. Well, just because her song "Bees in a Trap" came out a couple of years ago doesn't mean it doesn't have meaning today, considering now she's friends with Trump. Just want to throw that out there.
Who else is she friends with lately? And he posts so often, almost as often as President Trump does. And I'm talking, of course, about Elon. but he had her on there as well, and I forget what they were doing. They were doing something for space, and she started singing, "Oh, starships were meant to fly." Starships were meant to fly. That's her song, and so I'm scrolling because, dude, it was yesterday, and I'm still halfway through. Not even through halfway through yesterday. I've been scrolling ever since I started talking about this. Oh, here it is. Finally found it. So here she is with Elon, or Elon's post, and they're doing something for SpaceX, and again, SpaceX are part of the team stuff. But remember, she has a song that's called, it goes, "Starships were meant to fly," something, something, something. But she starts talking about that at the end here. Oh, boy. Oh, come on.
Oh, hello, everyone. Coming. I'm reporting live from Starbase, Texas. And we wanted to remind you guys that starships are indeed meant to fly. Over and out.
So everybody's bringing her up lately, dude. It's weird.
She just said starships were laughing meant to fly. She was laughing because she knows what's behind her is fake.
Fake and gay.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, you see some of the things, speaking of fake and gay, like if I kind of go back through Elon's thing, I'm like, I think he may have a phallus addiction or something. The Washington Monument much, ladies and gentlemen, and that comes up more than I would like to see, unfortunately.
Yes, but I will also mention now with my new research that the it's not just a phallic symbol. It's not just that. The obelisks were part of the ancient energy grid system and the ancient technology. So yeah, nowadays all the gay fucking people would be like, "Oh, it's a dick." Yeah, it's because what you think of. It's what you like. Of course, it's not what it's representing. And I now know more information. I don't look at the obelisk anymore as a penis. I'm sorry, I don't.
That's crazy.
I'm sick of the symbolism that got flipped upside down, because now there's too many things out there that people think are evil and they have no idea what they really mean. And I'm in the process of learning all that stuff right now, and I'm blown away at how much stuff I thought was evil and is actually not.
What about the Nazi symbol? It's evil. It's the German
Oh,
Nazis.
Your swastika that came from the fucking 5,000 years ago that they decided to say, "Oh, no, you're a racist if you have that." No, why don't you learn what it really means? It's actually the path of your Big Dipper star, retard.
Really?
Or not big star. I'm sorry. It's your Sirius. Okay. So the center star, it points out. So whenever you do the thing, it makes a whole circle. Yeah. So it's part of the swastika in the center would be your pole star, and your things going out is the spin, is basically what it comes down to. And then there's also the thing where people put it to the Big Dipper part, but I think it's more of the center star is really what it is. But yeah, it's an ancient symbol that you can find on all kinds of things in India and China, all over the world. Then the Nazis take it. Why? Because what were they looking for? Secret societies, secrets, including the Templars, I learned as well. So that was kind of their whole thing. That was their whole thing, was secret societies trying to get their stuff. So
interesting. Yeah, and to answer your question, ARW on D4H there on YouTube put a space in between. Israel. Israel. Yep. Nordic symbol of 4 seasons, 1776 Texan said, and then I always knew of it as being like an ancient symbol of power. I didn't know anything about the planets and stuff like that and solar systems, but yeah, some sort of symbol of power or something like that. Good question, Wheezy. Who was Hitler really? Is he a Rothschild? Was he a Jon Snow, a bastard Rothschild child, perhaps?
That's one of the things somebody had done the research on, that Hitler does have a somehow blood connection to, I think it was the Rothschilds. He was funded by both sides of the war, or they funded both sides of the war. Like, part of that whole shtick was weird. It's almost like he had his own thought process, but then the other parts were like he was told to do certain things. I don't know which way it goes, but based again on my new research, it almost makes me wonder if the people funding Hitler that were, you know, specifically trying to go for the secret society's secrets, including literally the Templars, were those bad people we're talking about, like, you know, the church and stuff like that. So, because the Vatican themselves literally tried raiding one of the Templars' vaults in the last 3 years. So they're still doing this shit. They're literally still doing the shit. So,
yeah. And who is this? Fix It Fast 110 is responding to that last Israel and says Isis, Amun-Ra, and Elohim, 3 gods of the day. Isis, Amun-Ra, and Elohim. Israel?
No, Elohim is the plural version of gods. Yeah, that's not a god. That's the plural version of the word gods. The Elohim and how do you say the singular version is Elohim, and then Elohim is your plural version. So that's not actually a god's name. That's actually the word for the gods.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. I gotta show you this one. Then I gotta go. We gotta have to wrap up. Apparently, my son finds 3 hours and 40 minutes too long in between meals. This kid is an eating machine, and again, he's almost 16. So, you're gonna love this one, and I'm gonna have to give kudos and credit where it is due. I'm just gonna say. Credit for this. Where is it? Denise, Excited for Justice, brought this to my attention, and she's absolutely right. To your point, Matrix, remember this?
I called it.
And dude, like, and that's what
I don't even know that song.
Right?
I don't even know that song. I had no clue about that song.
That's the one that I forgot about because I was like, you know, Eric is bringing her up. Elon's bringing her up. Trump's bringing her up. Bessent's bringing her up. So yeah, she's getting around a lot lately. Oh, and they're also talking about the beekeeper stuff here as well. And as Enoch had posted a very good post on the bees and the symbolism of the bees, and we talked about it on a few different shows. Basically, you got to give the bees all the information of the household. They're like the gossips. So very interesting. Thank you for that heads up there, Denise. I think it was Denise, right? Yeah. Yes, Denise, Excited for Justice. Great point there. Great addition. That's why I like adding stuff on as we go. You know what I mean? Just kind of popping it in there and adding to the stuff because we'll forget things over the years. And SMT just said Rumble just took a deuce. Let's see. Are we on here? Oh, I'm good. Oh, wait. I'm not current here, so let me see. No, I'm showing. Let me see. Do I see my cursor come across the screen? You should be good. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we're good. We should be good back on.
I heard you.
On Rumble. Yeah, I heard you. But apparently, it took a deuce a couple times in the last week, and I think that is due to some sort of. I think they're getting hit. To be honest with you, like some of these attacks, is my guess. So yeah. So we got some thank yous to do, my man. I'm sure you have some as well over on the Pilled side and maybe the Rumble side as well. But
absolutely.
Absolutely. I need to do my premium hours later. So if you guys see me go live later tonight, even if you see Space Shot, I will label it properly, Space Shot playing games. And I do that because I've told everybody in the past that I don't want to put anything on a premium thing that's like, it's kind of like what the Q post said, right? Like you have to pay to get information essentially. Are people keeping you from information and making you pay for it? Then no, I'm not going to do that. So that's why I'll play video games for my premium hours. And don't think you're missing much listening to me, shoot some people in GTA and whatever the game might be.
Now, did you realize that the first couple months of me being in the Rumble program, what have I forgot to do every time? Do the premium. Why? I don't want to have to do the premium. Why? Because I don't want to do a show where people are left out for no reason. So,
well, just do what I did in my first couple ones. Like go like up here and then just put a, put in a thing called, games, and then you can play solitaire. You play random different games on your computer.
I don't want to fucking do that. That's not what I do.
But like
I
said,
mean, you know what I
I don't
could?
want to.
I have an idea. I could just go live and just do a hangout and do a like a old world exploration research show and whatnot. Do some my lunch break, knock that stuff out. Because I mean, it's simple stuff. It's no decoding. Just hanging out, watch a few videos, get that timing in. So I haven't done it because I don't even like to do it. I don't want to have to cut people out. So
It's also fun to do as well is just turn the live stream on. Do a premium and then say, all right, guys, where do you want to go? And let the viewers guide your show. You know what I mean? All right, you want to talk about this? All right, what do you guys want to talk about today? So, you could do something along those lines as well. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to thank a few folks over here on the Foxhole and always the pickle and the deer. So it's a pickle and a deer. St. Cosmic Dildo dropped a cookie. Appreciate that, brother. Red Gun 51 dropped 117 gold pills. And somebody must have dropped another one because we're hanging at 118 over there. But St. Cosmic Dildo came in with a cookie again. Appreciate that. And then Punk Q Rocker dropped 717 gold pills. He always ends in 17. I'm going to keep Matt's for the last, and I'll show you guys why in a second. But Jay gifted the can. No message on there, but thank you. Red Gun 51 dropped another 117 gold pills. Appreciate you guys. And then No Thanks Joe, always with the great messages, dropped a cookie. Says, hey, Space Shop friend, I always enjoy Sundays when you mess with the Cape Crusader decoding Matrix, who is always dynamic and sings well as a duo. God bless, be safe, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Always a great positive message in there from No Thanks Joe. And then Sean Joe, Space Squad member, dropped the can at the end. I appreciate you, brother. And the last one, not least, the creator of Pilled, Matt1776, dropped the shades. Says, how's it going, bro? Did your website launch yet? Cheers to the sun. So this is, I don't know if I showed you Matrix, but my son's, we were doing our move and stuff. And so he's like, I'll make you the website. So he did. And we still have some few things to tweak around. Like I got to get him a round image of this one here because he doesn't like the way that looks square. So I got to get him a round image, and then you guys can email me here if you want to. You guys can donate over here, and these are a couple of the other things that he's going to be replacing. That's X, so you can go there. It'll click right to my X and things like that. That's the YouTube, that's Telegram, but these ones, the globe. So that's Rumble. That one happens to be Foxhole, and this one happens to be Gab. And that's why I was reaching out to Matt the other day to get the icon for Pilled so he can enter this here, and then we can get the Rumble icons and stuff. So a couple little things, nice. But he just did this to keep him busy, and he's been doing a web design thing in his high school. And again, he's only a freshman, so
that's
busy.
Cool.
Yeah, liking that. So thank you to Matt1776 on there, and I will not forget to release the scratch-in this time, Debbie. Here we go. So I'm releasing them right now. Kaboom. And the floor is yours, sir.
All right. I got a bunch of them here. Let's see. Extra Alien. Thank you for that cookie. See you in Arizona. A cookie as well. Purposeful with a cookie and says, thank you for all your great work. Thank you very much, Purposeful. Judy the Lady Pug with a cookie. Red Pill Ken. Thank you for the shades and also that raid earlier. Sofanol, thank you for the shade. Says maybe Lutnick ties to the Mossad drop from earlier. Oh, I know what drop you're talking about. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that Sofanol. I'm gonna have to see why. Interesting. Thacray, thank you for the cookie. Says great dig. You guys are amazing together. Amazing. You guys are amazing together. Amazing together. Where we go, when we go all. It's the youth of today. Thank you very much, Thacray. Punk Q Rocker for Q. Thank you for the 717 gold pills. There's your 17 right there. Thank you very much, good sir. Jay, thank you for that phone. No thanks, Joe. Here goes the message. Thank you for the cookie, good sir. It says going. What's it say? Going on, brother Matrix. Happy Memorial Day Sunday. Thanks for the great shot with the space gunner. I always enjoy your Sundays together, and thank God. Wait, he has no period, so it messes me up. The Sunday gets-togethers. Thank God. No, thanks. God bless. Be safe. No periods makes that hard to read, but thank you. No thanks, Joe. Let's see. A boneless chicken. Thank you for the can. It says they carried him. passed some girls on the road who didn't seem to notice 4 guys carrying a gunshot victim right by them. Then the security team jumping into action without seeing what happened. Very strange, Matrix. Is that referring to the shots outside the White House? A boneless chicken?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if he's
'Cause I
talking about
think
that or Charlie. I was
That's
starting
the
to
thing
search
is,
Charlie.
I don't know either. They carried him past some girls on the road who didn't seem to notice 4 guys carrying a gunshot victim. Oh, yeah, it is Charlie then.
Oh, okay.
And the security team jumping into action without even seeing what happened. Very strange. Okay, now I get you. Yes, a boneless chicken, 100% strange. And yes, the shoes being all white after all the blood, too. I mean, yeah. Sean Joe, thank you for that can. P-Quest, thank you for 1, 2, 3, 4, back-to-back cookies as well. And have you done your Rumble?
Oh, no, I had just realized I have a couple to thank over here on the Rumble side.
Cool. All right.
I missed. Did I get this one? Oh, G-Fonts dropped the dollar holla, says, damn it. Rasmussen threw 7 shutout innings, so we get some sports update. Threw 7 shutout innings for my Tampa Bay Rays, and Kelly held in the 8th, but walks leadoff man in home 9th, and Judge walks off with 17th home run. New York Commies win 2-0. 5-game win streak ends. I don't know if I should tell G-Fonts this, but I live in between Boston and New York, and my baseball team is not the Red Sox. I can just maybe leave it at that for now. S-Hole drops a $5 Rumble rant, says, is it Space Shot or Space is Hot? This show is lit. Appreciate that. We do appreciate you guys enjoying that. And then Ventamin dropped a $1 holler, says, Jews or Hebrews and Rome have explained how all the human race from just man and women. So who do their offspring mate with? Incest? ? Yeah, I mean, if you start with only 2, right? I think we're all incestuous. So I guess, I mean, does that make sense? Oh, and then I think he dropped another $1 and says have not. So let me. Jews and Hebrews in Rome have not explained how all the human race from just man and woman. So who do their offspring mate with? Yeah, I mean, those are great points, and thank you for those. I mean, if that's the truth, right? Like it was Adam and Eve in the beginning, then there was only one man and one woman. That means we're all made of incest. And if that's true, then wouldn't we be all like retarded at this point? And I'm not saying that we're not, but I'm just saying, wouldn't all of us be retarded at this point?
Yes, but as always, I'm going to have my little rebuttal. What happened when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden? Oh, that's right. They were sent somewhere else where there was already cities and people. Oh, okay. So there were already people. Therefore, there's your first lie caught already, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and just as this happens to be on the screen here, my buddy Patriot Politics Research, he's saying, like, if you have the choice of ivermectin and fenbendazole, he's saying 100% go with fenbendazole.
Wow, why? And
he's researched this stuff like more than anybody probably that I know, like definitely more than anybody I know for sure. I forgot what he said. I said exactly about it, and ivermectin may actually not be so good for you at the end of the day, but apparently they both do, but fenbendazole is the jam that you want to take. But we've seen this stuff. Look at, how much, look at that, ribs, right ribs, left ribs, look at all that cancer, dude.
Wow.
That's bad. So,
that's only, 6 months or so? 5 months?
It says stage 4 breast cancer reaches remission in 11 months. Trigger warning, no chemo, no immunotherapy, no targeted therapy, no hormone therapy. Only palliative radiation was used on a few painful bone spots before starting the alternative protocol. 53-year-old woman in Utah diagnosed with stage 4. For 11 months, she followed this protocol. Ivermectin, 60 milligrams a day, plus or minus 1 microgram kilogram. Fenbendazole, 222 milligrams with MCT oil or other healthy fats, 5 days on, 2 days off. Ketogenic diet. For the complete protocol, refer to the source. Thank you for your vocal endorsement. So, and that's another thing too that.
So it's not just that though. I also see they got the keto diet, MTC oil, healthy fats, 5 days on, 2. So it's not just that. You got a whole thing you got to do as well.
It's a big regimen.
Don't just. I know. I say it myself. Even don't just take ivermectin, fenbendazole. There's a whole regimen to it. So,
yeah, and the keto stuff. So, cancer cannot thrive in a oxygen-rich environment. So there are fruits and vegetables that will give off oxygen, and then I don't want to give it wrong. Maybe you'll correct me. I think it's acidic is what makes cancer thrive, and alkaline is what kills them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if your body's alkaline, nothing negative is going to survive. When your body's alkaline, you're in perfect health.
Yeah, and so acidic is what's going to end up killing you and causing all that stuff. So, dude, I don't know if anybody out there has the same thing as me, dude, but this is crazy to me, and I don't know if it's just my body telling me, like, yeah, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So I was talking to this dude at the convenience store the other day because I had to go to a convenience store to get friggin' Powerade Zero, and I was like, yeah, I haven't been drinking, sugar in many months and stuff like that, right? But I took a sip of my son's sweet tea the other day, dude, and I just can't describe to you how I spit it out. I didn't even swallow. I put it in my mouth and I went, ew. Like it tasted like almost like you're eating
liquid sugar.
No. Like you're drinking you're drinking a version of eating bad food. Like it was spoiled or something. Like it literally tasted like, I was like, ew, what is? Ugh, nope, not drinking that.
It's funny you say that because just the other day, we made a stop at QT. 10 years ago, I used to drink their sweet tea all the time. We stopped the other day. I was like, man, I haven't had a sweet tea in so long. I went and got me a sweet tea. I'm not kidding you. I took one drink, then I put it in my fridge. It sat in my fridge, took another drink. Nope, I threw it away. I did the same thing as you. It didn't taste the same anymore.
Yeah, it literally, it not only did it not taste the same, it didn't taste sweet at all. And it tasted like, the best word I could use is like rancid. It just tasted like, no, get this out of your body now. And I'm like, okay, because like you, I had been a sugar consuming machine for years. Sweet tea, peach tea, southern sweet tea, raspberry tea, all that extra, 34 grams of sugar per serving type of stuff to not drinking any of it. But then, the person's like, well, they do have some form of sweetener in the Powerade too. I'm like, yeah, but high fructose corn syrup is probably one of the worst things you can put in your body, period.
Yep. And that's the thing too, is so many things have it in there. Every soda, every drink you buy just about has it in there as well. So I was not quite like you. I actually, instead of drinking all the heavy just sugar stuff, I was doing a lot of Monsters is what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
I was addicted to Monsters for the longest time. And yeah, sweet tea was my thing too for a while. But again, once you stopped having the sugar, I don't drink coffee anymore. And we're not even talking about no Feel Great protocol.
No.
We're literally just talking about like our bodies changing. It's like, because of that though, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink sweet tea. When I do, what happens? I don't like it. Why? Because my body's been cleaned out. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude, there was one day after I had started this, after I'd stopped drinking the sugar, that literally, like, I remember that moment going, wait, what just happened? Like, all of a sudden I felt better than I did the minute before, like, by leaps and bounds. And I was like, wait, I don't know if that means all the old sugar was out of my system at that point or whatever, but literally I was like, wow, I feel so much better today than I did just a couple minutes ago. And it was like a moment that I noticed. And so I don't know. Take it for what you were. It's just wild to me, dude. It is.
Yeah, and sugar is what cancer feeds off of. I've told you that before. So all that sugar I used to drink and you used to drink, once you get it out of your body, and it only doesn't take all that long to get it out, then you have it again. You're like, what the hell is this stuff? Like I have a different taste now. It's almost like my taste buds changed after I took all the crap out of my body.
Oh, it did 100%. And dude, I can't believe this. In the chat, G-Fonz dropped another dollar holler about baseball. He says, I didn't have baseball in Florida, and as a kiddo, check this out. This is crazy coincidence again, because C. Gene in the chat is also like me. He said, as a kiddo, and my dad is from Warwick, just like me and C. Gene are from Warwick, Rhode Island. And I was no Slobs fan either. Spent many summers at my old New York Yankees rookie league park in Tampa, but we finally got our Rays. Yeah, because I think they all played on there. The Red Sox and the Yankees summer league are in Tampa area, but I know for sure Yankees is. But yeah, dude. So now we got at least 3 of us are from Warwick. Where was this? Yeah, I said, damn, another Warwick guy. Me too. That's crazy. Wow.
I still got to grab all my Rumble Rants still too. So
all good, brother. Try monk fruit. I will try that. Dude, I had some dude come up to me in a grocery store the other. This was actually probably like a year ago, and dude, he's like, dude, like all like we were doing a drug deal or something, right? Like all like close to me. He's like, dude, do you know where the plastic bags are for the fruit? And I'm like, yeah, there's some right there. He's like, dude, you should come over here and grab one of these now. It was like some passion fruit or something. He's like, I can't believe they actually have them. And I'm like, this dude was going wild over passion fruit to the point where I'm like, I don't know, this dude's so excited. I ate it, but it was a long time ago. But it was good. But he made it sound like it was like going to transform my life. Like it was just super weird. So yeah, I'm down for trying all sorts of new fruits and stuff like that for sure. But absolutely, go ahead and do your rumble. Take your time. We're in no rush here.
Oh, well, you like all that fruit because you're so fruity.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. What is it? Hook Set Inc. Thank you for back-to-back $5 Rumble rants. The first one just had a couple emojis. The second one says, wife just walked in. So hello to Hook Set Inc.'s wife as well. Thank you very much for the two $5 Rumble rants. Let's see. Cyrus the Great 87. Thank you for that $1 Rumble rant and says, Jesus Christ actually flipped tables and whipped tax collectors. So he was violent to Jewish IRS. Laugh out loud. I like it. I love it. Yes. I wish he would come back and do that more. Let's see. Wood Dog 63, the legend himself, is in the house, and thank you for that $100 Rumble rant. Holy crap. So sorry to miss your shows. Busy moving. Your Templar work has been amazing and educational. Thank you very much, Wood Dog 63. And yes, if you haven't checked that out yet, everybody, I'm not joking. Go back to part 1 and work your way. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. You probably should start at part 5, then go backwards to part 1, because part 5 is really the start. I actually started over in part 5, so I kind of screwed up the way I did it. But either way, Risto73, thank you for that $2 Rumble rant. It says, I saw something about Tartaria missing from maps while the Great Lakes started to appear on maps. Interesting. The Great Lakes, actually, if you do a little research, you'll end up finding out that the Great Lakes might have just been old quarries, because the way that the water levels drop inside the Great Lakes, especially I think it's Superior, it might actually be a giant quarry. So that's interesting. Now, the Tartaria stuff, people ask me about Tartaria stuff quite often, and all I want to bring up about Tartaria is this. There you go. You have the screen now. Cool. Grand Tartary. Everything with the Tartaria stuff is so convoluted that I don't actually know what is and what isn't true. So for those of you asking recently if I'm going to ever do Tartaria stuff, I will once I know what's actually legit or not, because 95% of it seems to be speculation. So I kind of stay away from it nowadays. But if somebody finds me some great info, I'll gladly do some stuff on Tartaria because I love the subject. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name. It's D57367. Let's use the numbers here. Thank you for that $20 Rumble rant, and says, I think the woman is Princess Diana.
Ooh.
Now, that was referring to, what was that? I saw when it came in, I was trying to mark it in my head what she was referring to. D57, do me a favor, jump into the chat and who were you talking about then?
I think you're talking about
the woman is
Melania.
Princess.
Remember Melania and
That's it.
Erica?
That's it. Yep, that's it. You're 100% right. I think that's it. So you were talking about the what's his name?
The woman, Kim Clement.
Kim Clement. Thank you, Kim Clement. And by the way, Kim Clement's what? Casey, Charlie Kirk, same thing. Is that it? Oh, back to the bottom. Awesome sauce. So, number one, thank you everybody on both sides for the Rumble rants, the gold pill love, the gift of subscriptions, and make sure you guys smack that red pill, smack that thumbs up, hit the share button, and get that algorithm working in the right direction. Because again, you guys have been getting us, at least one of us, on the leaderboard every single week. Let's do it again this week, everybody.
Yes, sir. And we got one more from G-Fun's baseball update. He says his first MLB game was New York Yankees at Fenway. First base box seats, June of 92. Clemens started game after Reardon broke Righetti's then all-time save record, but blew the save that night, allowed the Yankees to tie at 3 in the 9th. Dude, I think I actually remember that game. That's crazy. I was watching one the other day about Roger Clemens and how he did the 20 strikeout game. You know, he was late to that game, and he had to, like, literally, he got out of traffic, and then he got picked up by a cop who brought him in, basically brought him to the stadium and stuff, so he had to jog the rest of the way. Funny how things like
kind of
that
weird.
happen.
Right, I was going to say David Wells. He was still hung over from the night before of being out drinking. Word was he also was tripping a little bit, and he went out and threw a freaking perfect game for the Yankees.
And what about the guy who pitched a perfect game on LSD? Doc something or other?
Doc Gooden. Yeah, it's Doc Gooden.
No.
See, that's
Doc
no.
something.
See, that's that's the story I'm talking about too. David Wells was said to have been tripping and hung over for that perfect game. David Wells that's who I just brought up. Doc Gooden threw a perfect game or a no hitter when his dad just died or was about to die in the hospital too.
On LSD. Hold on. This was a different one. This was like a 70s guy. Doc Ellis, this dude.
Oh, they're even going even older. Okay.
Doc Ellis's no-hitter on LSD remains an untouchable MLB feat. Imagine watching. I got to go back and see some clips of that stuff. But yeah, apparently he was all Zeused in and all he was all what do you call it? Dialed in. But thank you, guys. Oh God, we got another one. G-Fonts, no more after this. I do appreciate the $1, but I hate receiving a Rumble rant that I can't read, so I won't be able to read anymore after this one. I don't ever want to miss you guys. Says because then in the top of the 13th, Yankees had bases loaded with 2 outs. Randy Velarde at bat. Man, these old names too, just bringing in old memories. Never swung at 3 straight balls and then 3 straight strikes for the upside down K. Plantier's home run inside the pole, 1-4-3. Was G-Fonts, was Doc Ellis for the Pirates in 79. That's exactly who it was. So great show, Matrix. Thank you to the mods out there. I do appreciate you guys. We already got 8 thumbs down on my side, so we got to start rooting out these traitorous jerk-offs who keep coming onto Rumble to give us a thumbs down. So we got to start. I got a method that maybe I can get with some of the mods and maybe start ironing them out and getting them out of here. But we do have 627 up and 630 up and 9 down now. So I appreciate the jerk off who just gave me another one down. But that is what gets you on the leaderboard. It's the ratio between up and down, and then comments and views. So we do appreciate you guys hanging up with us on these Sundays. Again, thank you to the mods. Also, again, Matrix, great show. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for Hold the Line. And Matrix, you got a show tonight or no?
It's 4:00. Honestly, tomorrow's Memorial Day. And as of right now, my plans are to be open. So probably no show tonight. And then because tomorrow is Memorial Day, how about a Templars Chapter 8 tomorrow? Let's do it.
There you go. All right, so check out Matrix. His next show will be tomorrow evening as well. I'll be 7 p.m. for Hold the Line. And as we say at the end of show, we truly appreciate each and every one of you wonderful world patriots for tuning in out there. And until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.